Ladies and gentlemen and others, welcome to another episode of JB versus the World. I'm your host, JB, aka the strongest guy in the room. And today, it's a new day. Yes, it is. It's a brand new day. Today, we are talking about Spider-Man. Brand new day. And of course, you already got my boys with me. You know what I'm saying? Of course, to start off, it's just Reggie. You know what I'm saying? No big deal. It's just Reggie.
It's just me. I'm gonna say the coldest line I ever heard. You ready? We gotta get the X-Men back to the 90s. Shout out to my homeboy Bishop. It's the blackest thing I've ever heard anybody ever say.
Hey, man. Give him the forecast.
Look, we gotta get the X-Men back to the 90s.
Like, y'all know he gonna crack Polaris soon. All right. Anyways, now, you know what I'm saying? Back for the first time since WrestleMania. My dog, my brother in bald, formerly of Society Pop Culture 101, my dog BK. Welcome back.
First and foremost, Reggie. That's the you know what? Never mind. That code line. It's a code line. We're just gonna let it ride with that. Hey man, it's good to be back. It's been a while since I've been on the mic. I'm a little rusty. But I'm here to talk some Spider-Man. I'm here to hear Reggie's thoughts on like all things Spider-Man today. I think I'm a fan of Reggie. I've been watching the show. I think I'm a fan. So this is gonna be an amazing day. I like you too, JB, but yeah.
Reggie be stressing me out, bro.
I do. I'm very stressful. I'm very stressful.
Now, last but not least, for the first time, my dog, man, premium stuff he provides. Some say it's great value. I wouldn't say so. My dog Jace, aka Gojo.
What's up, man? It's Jace. Jason Plays on IG and Threads, or some people know me as Gojo, the man with the best fish fry. This side of the Mississippi,
That's true.
I'm really happy to be here. Wore my Spider-Man t-shirt. Super excited. Really enjoyed the film and hope I can give a little nuance to the conversation. And super excited. Great. Thanks for the invite, JB.
No. All right, man. So before we get started, don't forget, like this, share with your friends, let them know that we on right now. Type this video so more Spider-Man fans and people who are nerds can get this into their algorithm. Push this in their faces. If you were here last night, if you liked Hamilton, we talked about Hamilton last night. We ranked all the songs with my dogs, so that's up. Go ahead and check that out as well. Now, as I say sometimes,
I've been waiting for this one.
I'm looking forward to talk about this movie, man. I've seen it twice. I gave y'all a week, and I'm giving y'all no right now. You will be spoiled if you stay here. You will be spoiled.
You gotta put some music to that. You gotta put some music to that or something.
I don't know. I feel like a track behind, like a reel or something behind that.
That'd be nice. That'd be dope.
That would.
You gotta put like some dramatic music, or you should put the saxophone. From whatchamacallit. Just to warn people, you just start playing it ahead of time. Like you hear them saxophones, like the spoilers coming, bro. The spoilers right around. The spoilers, the spoilers got that shotgun for your ass.
Them spoilers could be around every corner. Just play that 90s jazz music.
Yeah.
New York Undercover. Any song from New York Undercover you could play.
New York Undercover. That's a deep cut.
I was gonna say there's 4 people that know that. 3 of them
I'm about to say either that or just play Kenny G.
Kenny Christmas album from 2000 still go hard.
Hey, I got that somewhere here actually, like real talk.
Christmas, yo, let them know.
Best album of all time. Best Christmas album.
Best Christmas album.
I think for
It's
real.
up there.
Top 25 easy.
It's up there.
I'll go far as to say if you grew up in a black household and didn't hear the Kenny G Christmas album, something might be wrong.
argue. Yeah, it's like them green paisley either sheets. Some people had them as
You talking about them green and you talking about them green and burgundy joints?
Yeah,
Yeah,
with the household like that. Yeah, hands down. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, because everybody knew exactly what I was talking about when I said it. That's how we all had it in our houses. Don't look that up.
Nah, like there was the green and paisley curtains. People always think about the comforter, but the curtains was the indicator.
Look, I saw the shower. Somebody sent me a picture of the shower curtain that had it. It was like
I've seen the shower curtain too.
I was like, "Yo, that's the bed sheet though." Like it threw me off. I was gone for at least an hour.
All right, fellas, let's go ahead and get started, man. Talking about this movie.
It has begun.
Oh, I thought you were playing clips of a better movie. I'm sorry.
See,
shots fired already.
I'm saying, man. Critics already saying this is the best Spider-Man movie of all time.
Are you sure?
That's what they saying.
All right.
And I gotta know from you guys. Is it the best Spider-Man movie of all time?
No.
Because I want to know. And I'm going to, you know what?
Look.
I'm going to start with you, Reggie. I'm going to start with you.
I want to ask you a quick question. Am I supposed to trust Rotten Tomatoes? Ask me what they gave Meteor Man, arguably one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. A 27. Okay, what I'm saying is Rotten Tomatoes is uncredible. Okay? They have no credibility in my book. It is not the greatest movie of all time. There's a number of plot holes, lacks character development. The characters that it does have are on the same emotional journey that they've been on for the last 2 movies. Yeah. It's a no for me, dog. It's a no. Okay. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. Nope.
Okay. We're starting off negatively. Okay.
Yeah.
BK, what you think? What you think, bro?
All right, I'm gonna sprinkle a little positivity in this. All right.
Please.
Well, I don't exactly disagree with Reggie. Is it the best Spider-Man movie? Probably not. Personally, do I like it the most? Yes. It felt like the most comic book accurate movie for me. All except for like that second half of the film. But the first half of the film, as far as Spider-Man goes, he was pretty spot on for me. So for that, I would give him that. I think Tom Holland might be my favorite Spider-Man.
Oh. Okay.
I got nothing else.
All right.
We're gonna keep it positive right now.
Keep it positive right now. Jace, what say you?
I'm somewhere in the middle. So I left this movie in my first watch thinking, wow, that was a really fun movie. I want to go watch that again, right? Then I had a chance to watch it a second time. And as Reggie mentioned, there are slight inconsistencies and plot holes that I can obviously like point out, but also at the same time, it's a comic book movie. And do I need it to be a movie or do I need to be a comic book movie? Am I here to have fun or am I here to be Ebert and Robert? Right. And so what I will say is like the first, and what BK said, I would say the first 3/4 of that movie, very Spider-Man movie. Like it's a very fun movie. I think the last part of it feels more like a X-Men movie with Spider-Man in it slightly, which is debatable. However, I have an opinion I think Reggie would disagree with when it comes to the added, the sprinkled in X-Men character that was there. But I personally really enjoyed this movie. Is it the best Spider-Man movie yet? No, it's up there. I think it's really good. I think every single iteration of Spider-Man in the last 26 years has had its flaws. And I think all of them have a standout film out of all of their iterations. I think this one could be Tom Holland's best. And I agree with BK too as well. I think he has become my favorite Spider-Man so far. I will say outside of the Miles Morales portrayal in Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse.
Hold on. On a personal note, I don't count the Miles Morales movies in this Spider-Man conversation.
Definitely not.
I don't.
Live
Oh, you
action.
don't?
Yeah,
Live
because
action.
No,
live
no.
action?
all of the live action would lose. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Oh.
not fair.
It's
Yeah,
not.
Yeah.
because it would
It's
be.
not even
I was
close.
gonna say it kind of be unfair if it's involved. So yeah, but I would say out of the live action, I think that Tom Holland has really earned it for me. Like, I'm 30. I turned 36 this month, and I've seen every iteration of Spider-Man
Happy
since Tobey,
birthday.
and this is the most fun. So I like it.
Interesting. And
Uh, yeah. Yeah.
fun.
Me. Fun. Yeah, and I think that's the thing I would go with this movie. Is it the best Spider-Man movie yet? No. I can understand why people put it up there though, but for me personally, no, it's not the best Spider-Man film of all time. It's a fun time. I think it's the best Spider-Man film in a while. I definitely think it's Tom Holland's best outing as Spider-Man, and that's something I was kind of waiting on this entire time was for the the actor to meet the moment, so to speak. And I feel like that was the disconnect with me with Tom Holland. And people were saying like Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man of all time. I was like, let's pump the brakes. But and I'll get into it a little bit later when we talk about Peter specifically. But this was a connecting of the dots. Finally, I'm glad that we got away from the Iron Boy Jr. stuff. Like, I'm glad that we got away from the shenanigans that are like happening everywhere but New York. So, best Spider-Man film yet? No. Fun time? Yes. Is it a well written or a tightly written fantastical masterpiece with no plot holes? Absolutely not. This movie definitely has flaws, but that's okay. But that is okay. So, I guess with that being said, let's talk about some of the highlights and the lowlights of the film. What are your guys thinking?
Um,
Are the things that you
no,
like,
you
things you
know,
don't like?
I was gonna say, I wish we had more Tombstone versus Scorpion.
Absolutely.
Can
I
Oh
like the
yeah.
fact that he was welling on Scorpion, but Tombstone would have delivered a more lines, and I think it would have shifted the movie to something else if he did have more lines though.
I was waiting for
Not only
Rondo to say some sort of slur towards Peter.
not only
I'm
nah
waiting
not
for
nah
it.
it wasn't only that, but like he's an amazing actor, and
Yeah.
so I was really hoping like he was gonna deliver some great lines as Tombstone. He was so excited to also like portray the
He
role.
was.
Like in recent
Yeah.
interviews, he said he cried when he got the casting because he knows how much people on the internet have wanted him to like really
My
portray that
dog.
role. Yeah, and so like I'm hoping when we get, because the one thing I said when I left that movie, and I don't know if you guys felt the same way, but I felt like they left a lot of movie on the cutting floor, and I feel like there's probably
Yeah.
a lot
That would
more
explain-
A
scenes.
lot of meat was left on the bone for sure.
Yeah, a lot of meat was left on the bone. I feel like there is a lot of scene in the same way with the Fantastic Four. Like they took out the intro scene where they actually fight a lot of their rogues gallery at the beginning of Fantastic Four: Four Steps. I feel the same way about Spider-Man Brand New Day, that when he goes through his rogues gallery for like when they like do the montage of like the last 4 years of him being Spider-Man, I feel like there is way more scenes of him probably fighting rogues gallery, probably a little bit more lines, probably lines for Tombstone as well. I would not be surprised.
But that's the movie I wanted to see. That's the movie that I paid money to see. So the montages, like I said, oh, it's so awesome they have this person in the movie, and that's dope. But at the end of the day, is I want to see Spider-Man do Spider-Man things against Spider-Man villains. You gave me, and I'm just gonna call it for what it is. So, spoil. Do you want to throw up the spoiler or whatnot? You gave me a Jean Grey movie and disguised it as a Spider-Man movie, and that's really the bulk of what the movie then became. A better movie, in my opinion, would have been watching Spider-Man take down Tombstone and his gang, especially the way they were trying to intricately set up the network and how Tombstone had taken over in the power vacuum of the Kingpin from Daredevil and all. That would have been a more interesting movie, a more grounded movie than what we got. What we got was, hey, we're gonna try to do X-Men, and but we have a Spider-Man movie on the marquee. So how can we do X-Men but still keep it Spider-Man? So we got a Jean Grey movie featuring Spider-Man in New York. And just for the record,
Okay.
she's irredeemable. She's irredeemable.
You know what? We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second. But I'm gonna sprinkle some positivity here because I feel like we need it.
I'm a negative Nancy tonight.
Right. I thought it was me, but all right. I liked how New York felt lived in, and I feel like that's something we've been missing since like Spider-Man 2. Maybe that one fire the Electro scene in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but New York it felt like a living breathing character, and I appreciated that because that's always been a big part of who Spider-Man is. It's not just him, it's New York and his care for New York and New York's care for him. And just seeing his relationships that he's developed, even though he has no friends, he's not close to anybody, he's an isolated sad boy. Peter's relationship with New York and the people in it, I felt like was something that I've been low-key yearning for, like in Tom Holland's iteration of Spider-Man.
Can also piggyback off that. There was something like really stuck out to me that I really liked. There's a scene in Brand New Day where I want to say it's the military truck chasing scene, and in the middle of that scene, like Spider-Man randomly saves a kid and says, "Are you all right? Yeah, you're all right," and then like takes off. Seeing that is such a, I love that. Like that's what I mean. Like when you're speaking about lived in, it is so like what I loved about this world is that it is so regular now to see this dude save the day. It's so regular now to see all these superheroes like in every day to day. It reminds me very much of the Superman movie last year when like in the middle of him fighting that gigantic monster, he saves a dog or a kitten or something like that.
It was a squirrel.
It's a squirrel. It's the it's a squirrel. It's the most random shit ever. Right. Squirrel. And some people thought it was kind of corny, but I'm like, if you read Superman comics, that's who Superman is. Like he literally cares about every living being like on planet Earth. So when you see him even doing that small gesture, it like just showed how also lived in Metropolis was. Like when everything went haywire in that Superman movie, nobody panicked. Everybody was like, oh, we just supposed to leave because Superman and superheroes gonna save the day. I like how also New York kind of felt like that to an extent in this movie, like especially at the beginning of it.
Absolutely.
This was a Spider-Man movie where nobody knew who Peter Parker was. Everybody loved Spider-Man, and there was no J. Jonah Jameson. I don't know what the city might have felt lived in. Most cities people live in. That was not the New York that Spider-Man still loves New York, despite the fact that half the city hates him. That is the core love. And when we think about that love that Spider-Man has, that's how you show that. To me, he seemed disconnected in a large way because he was disconnected in the movie. That was the intent. But at the end of the day is I didn't get the same vibe from the city because, again, is everything you read every time. Some people love Spider-Man, and Jay Jonah's out there spitting proper. We got none of that from – this is Spider-Man 4. I got nothing. They didn't even put Zendaya in a yellow sweater. Like you could have put her. She could have called him Tiger once, right? She could have said, "I don't know you, Tiger," or something like that. We didn't get nothing.
First of all, that's not Mary J. That's not Mary J.
Wasn't J. Jonah Jameson in at the
Far
end
From
of
Home.
Spider? Yeah, Far From Home too.
Far From Home.
Yeah.
So I found it kind of strange. I did find it strange in all of this where you're watching all of these people love Spider-Man. I did wonder, where is Joe Jameson's hating ass? Like, if Spider-Man don't got one hater, then is Jonah Jameson dead? Like,
but that is Spider-Man. Like as a character, it's the fact that he goes out every day and does the work. Despite the fact that sometimes he's getting booed, sometimes he's getting cheered, and Jay Jonah's yelling at him, like that's what you come to expect. So again, my problem with the movie, and like I said, is it's not necessarily a low light. It's just I don't like the tone. This is like what it feels like to me. my second or third sad Spider-Man movie. And Spider-Man is one of the funniest, most jovial characters
I don't
in
know.
Marvel
Spider-Man be
universe.
sad as hell.
All he does is
Yeah.
cry. Like this
Spider-Man
movie,
be sad as hell. He may laugh and joke through it, but
I
Spider-Man is
understand,
sad as hell.
but he's every team that every team that he is on, he is the emotional center of that team. But it is through they are in dire straits, and he is still making them laugh. He's carrying you through the situation with humor. We get
While
none of
still
that.
being sad as hell in his actual life.
That's fine,
I
but
wasn't-
I don't need to watch like cryy Peter all day. Like Tom Holland, to me, well, we're gonna talk about actors later, but to me, it's a flat performance. I'm sorry.
I would
So
not.
another
Oh, go ahead.
another thing that I found to be a very positive highlight was the inclusion of Punisher. I thought
Yes.
Punisher being there was a really great look. It reminded me of the '90s Spider-Man. You know, that one episode, what was it, like 2 episodes with Morbius, I think it was, back in the day. And it just felt really good to see them have their little tag team moment, their little
The band
fighting the
said,
Hulk when they had the combo moves where Punisher was doing absolutely nothing with them bullets. But you know what I'm saying? It was a good look anyway. It was a good look.
And I agree with you. It makes you think of a better time, right? Like it makes you stop to
Yeah.
think of wow. Well, I remember when he was in Daredevil Born Again, a far better film than what I just watched that he was just in. So it gives you like that nostalgic feeling of something that was way better than Spider-Man because that was a terrible movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the one thing I really did like probably
doing,
my
Faith?
favorite
What up,
interactions between. Hey, how you doing, Faith? My favorite interactions were probably Spider-Man and Punisher, and then Spider-Man and the police chief. I cannot remember her name, but like both of those characters, like being
Yeah.
actors from The Bear. And like, especially like Bernthal, and like something I really want to happen so badly is I really want the Thing to be in the same room with John with the Punisher and Peter Parker, so we could get a little bear scene, just small one. But I just love their interactions. I think that was maybe like one of my favorite parts, and I love that what Punisher like reminded him was like, "Yo, you think this shit is fun? Like, I hate this." Like, I absolutely despise everything about this. This is the most isolating shit in the entire world. Like, I don't feel like a superhero. People hate me. Honestly, the end of the Spider-Man movie, like when Frank Castle is wearing the Spider-Man mask, is probably one of the most heartwarming scenes of the entire movie, because when you think about the person that the Punisher is and how much of a pariah that he is as a person to the city of New York, how much he is hated by majority of the people in the city of New York because they think that he is a murderer, for him to put on the mask for just a few minutes and feel the love that Peter Parker feels every single day in that suit, despite it also at the same time feeling very isolated for Peter Parker because no one knows who he is, despite everybody loving what he puts on. Like, I thought that was like, I honestly got emotional at that part, because if you read The Punisher, if you've watched the Punisher series, if you just watch Daredevil Born Again, you know that John Bernthal's character, like portrayal of Frank Castle, is one that is about 2 seconds from doing something really dangerous to himself. And like, it was cool to see them like push and pull and push and pull back and like really be like an anchor for each other in that movie.
Absolutely. And to piggyback off of that, just the dialogue and just realizing, kind of reconciling the fact that this is this Punisher that had Daredevil tied up on the roof. And
Bingo.
somehow it fits. It all fits together from that character then to the character that we got in the movie. And John Bernthal is great. We'll touch on him a little bit later, more in detail. But this comment right here, like the dialogue between the Punisher and Spider-Man was great. Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
that was the best dynamic in the film. Best dynamic in the film.
He needed to hear that too.
Yeah,
I think it was a needed. It was a needed scene.
Absolutely a need.
And like we're talking about, like Reggie said, this was a Jean Grey movie disguised as a Spider-Man movie. Like these two absolutely saved each other over the course of the film. Like that was development there. These two absolutely were
think the
there for
first
one
time I
another
knew
in ways that neither one of them needed. Staten Island aside.
that.
I will say, like, the one thing that I like the most, I will say, like, Peter Parker's interactions with so many other superheroes is also what makes Peter Parker Peter Parker. Like, the first thing I thought about when I left the movie was, what other day-to-day superheroes live in New York City in the MCU that he could also interact with on a movie? I know obviously everybody thought Daredevil, obviously because he was in No Way Home. I thought about The Thing, because of Spider-Man's relationship with the Fantastic Four, Johnny Storm. I thought about Jessica Jones. I thought about Luke Cage. I thought about Iron Fist. I thought about Shang-Chi. Like, it's like, there's so many avenues that you can go with Spider-Man because he's such a playful character that you can just add in because he has so many interactions because he's such an everyday person. So, like, Frank was a great example of, like, what that can be. And also Yelena as well. Like, even the small scene with Yelena, I think is great.
The small potatoes.
Small potatoes.
And she maximized that time in the film
She
for sure.
definitely maximizes her minutes.
Add any value? She said VMAX, which was as bad as Martha.
That was not. That was not.
Nothing will ever be bad as
bad to
Martha.
me. If you gonna
Martha
give
was the
Martha, if
worst.
you gonna give Martha a hard time, and y'all didn't even realize Martha was Martha in the 50 years that this has been a thing, nobody ever put two and two together.
Nobody puts two and two together on that. You're right. But
All
just
I'm
the
saying
fact
is-
that VMAX, we're thinking VMAX is an actual thing and is just the last thing that somebody saw and thought
It's
about
a red
before
herring.
they
That's all
died.
it was.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but sometimes that could be okay.
Look, it was a non-necessary thing. She would have
You're
never
thinking
found
it's a
VMAX.
secret weapon. You're thinking it might be some sort of prison or a vault or something crazy.
It would have been
And it's
smarter
literally
if
just
they
the
were
last
looking
thing
for
somebody saw before they died. Like,
Mm.
Jesus, that is dark.
Yeah, that's the first thing I really thought about was, like, and when you think about this is also something if we're going to talk, mutants now, this is something I really wanted to talk about for a while, right? Especially with the MCU and the way it's been set up now. The Avengers are the police. They have always been the police. They have always been showcased in the MCU as a military industrial complex. Also, keep in mind, like,
Let's add this. Police that clean up their own messes.
Yeah, police that clean up police that kind of clean up their own messes because they have a couple billionaires in their bankroll that can actually pay to fix everything. Yeah, they handle big potatoes, you know what I'm saying? Not small potatoes. But the problem that I have is with the Avengers is that the Avengers are essentially a police state that is sanctioned by the US government as well as the world government. And now that we are entering a space, particularly with mutants, right? And outside of Kamala Khan's introduction during Ms. Marvel, Sadie Sink's Jean Grey is the first real mutant. This is not a person that is a hero. It's not even a person that's a villain. It's a teenager whose sister was kidnapped by what is essentially the precursor for mutant registration, and she is just trying to find her sister at the end of this, right? And because the last thing that when she realizes that when she is in the same position, in the same seat, in the same prison that her sister was in, when she looks up and she sees that VMAX was just the company of an air conditioning unit, it is not only one of the most chilling and depressing things like I've ever seen a mutant go through in recent memory of an X-Men character in film, but it also to me was a perfect segue that activates her second mutation, because remember, everybody's like, oh, she's just a telepath, and it's like, no guys, the mutation is activated by stress and like extremely emotional conditions. So seeing her literally emote and react to the reality that my sister is dead, she's not even alive, I've been looking for her this whole movie, like everybody's against me, and then this motherfucker killed her, and she's now like, and you're about to do the same thing to me, and like everything goes crazy from there. And I think doing this sets such a precedent for like how every other reaction is going to be from mutants. Like the joke in the Marvel universe has always been, if you're a superhero in the Marvel universe, you're good. But if you're a mutant in the Marvel universe, even if you're a superhero,
different story. And I can already see that setting up as they already get ready to lay the foundation post Doom for an X-Men versus Avengers, because that's where we're headed. Like, if Damage Control is doing this now, imagine when we get a Stryker on film. Because when is Peter going to explain to Charles Xavier that he's the reason why Damage Control has a mutant inhibitor? I'll wait.
I think we have a better chance of explaining why we're going to give Jean a pass for murdering people. Like I said,
we'll talk about that. We'll get to Jean.
But I think that's a valid point, because in her seeing VMAX at that point, how the film is not structured in a way where she's a sympathetic character. So at the end of the day, I know some people probably vote for her.
How is she not?
Because at the end of the day, and like I said, how deep into the story do we want to get right now? But again, she was on a revenge tour and she murdered people on her path to find out answers. At the end of the movie, she's a criminal. She should be arrested.
Sure, but
did bad happen to her?
I mean,
Reggie, my question would be, who is dead? Who is dead because of Jean Grey?
There was a gentleman that she backed into a car. He got hit by a cab. And
that dude out of here.
He dead.
That dude is out of here. He's out.
Of the movie,
he's out of here.
All those cop cars. Yeah, she did that.
That's what I'm saying.
She did
There's
that.
No way
from that tank. Everybody who got involved in that tank, that bomb.
But my thing is, like, if Jean is a villain, then what is the purpose of the Sokovia Accords then? Because I'm holding the Avengers for the same exact, like, I will not sit here and, like, will I acknowledge that Jean Grey is a complex villain in this movie? Yes. I think the Damage Control and what they're doing to people is a much more sinister thing, and she is reacting to what is being done to her versus what she is purposely doing with malice to them. Damage Control did not exist to this teenager until she was kidnapped by these people. She is reacting to something that is happening to her. And last time I checked, that protest is the language of the oppressed, right?
Absolutely.
I just want to remind people that. You know what I'm saying?
I get that, but
that's the point. That's the point. But still,
I'm saying if she was protesting where her sister was, there wouldn't be a need. Again, she wasn't doing that. She was jumping. She was taking tanks, driving through downtown New York, downtown Brooklyn, down through Queens in a tank, flipping cop cars and doing all of this. Then she was jumping into people's bodies, having them jump into traffic as cars, just so that she could get her means to find out. So what I'm saying is, what about the lives that were lost so that she could get this one answer? So yes, her sister was murdered, so she gets to murder people. And for all we know, Damage Control was a sanctioned government project. These are just people that were doing their job. They got up, they went to work. Their job is to understand the technology that villains are using so they can combat it.
We got a comment. In Endgame, Hawkeye was wiping blood off from a kill from a sword when he got invited back to the Avengers. Just saying, he was a whole ass murderer.
Touche. There is a sliding scale in the MCU, though.
I was gonna say he wasn't in America. When he was doing it.
I mean, Yelena was what, in the Red Room?
Definitely.
I don't know. That was a little different, though.
The Red Room with Yelena. She was an assassin right before she joined the Thunderbolts. She was on the assassination attempt when she met everybody else.
Hey, and didn't Great Value Captain America kill somebody in broad daylight?
Absolutely.
But he's also unredeemed. He's not a redeemed character. He's
redeemable now.
He's a new Avenger right now.
He's the discount Captain right now. Who is he redeemed by? He's not the most loved character.
He's redeemed by the federal government who protects him.
He's redeemed by the federal government.
I mean, he's one of those things that is just like, all right, look, you're a bad guy. The Thunderbolts, well, this version of the Thunderbolts is the discount. Let's go.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about
it's the discount double check.
Yeah. What's the name? Russian Captain America. I forget his name.
Red Guardian.
Red Guardian was also an assassin and complicit with all.
I completely understand.
But that was government sanctioned assassinry, right?
Civilians on the street Yelena didn't murder a civilian in
And,
the street on camera. That's all.
and of course, protect Bob at all costs. But what the
I
Central
mean,
and
Bob
McCoy
was turning
did,
niggas in the shadows, and
basically,
he
Yeah,
walking
that's
away.
So then we're gonna give. So then Scarlet Witch is not a problem, right? Because she didn't. She was
No,
working.
she
to find
it's
her
is.
a
kids.
problem. It's
No,
the
She
same
absolutely
energy.
is.
It's the
She
same
was
energy.
searching for her kids. What are you
It's the
talking
same
about?
energy.
She was
No,
searching for her kids.
She was searching for kids that did not exist because she created them out of
And,
nothing.
and technically,
She
Jean was
didn't
searching for a
birth them.
sister that does not exist. Oh, I'm sorry. I
She
just.
searched.
Oh my god.
Are we talking about giving Wanda a pass?
I said it. Look,
You talking about
Jean.
giving Wanda a pass?
Jean. If you are willing to give Jean a pass, what I'm saying is you need to give Wanda the same courtesy. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
no.
I personally agree with Reggie. You can't
You
give Gene a
But
pass at this point.
But what I'm saying is it's not giving them a pass. It is
you're
also
talking-
recognizing the like all of these characters have nuance.
Oh,
That's
they
the
all
point
have
that
Yes,
we're
but
making.
we're also
They
talking
all
about Wanda.
belong.
We're
Jean
also
is
talking
just
about
part of
Wanda.
that long list now.
We're talking about Wanda being delulu enough that she can actually give birth when she was having sex with a toaster. Like she,
First
it
of
was
all,
a
that's
real-
cold blooded
I'm
that
just
you gonna
Vision
do
was a
that like
real
that,
dog.
man.
I love anyway.
I mean,
Vision was a real dog.
The moment Vision was created, he kind of violated like several different Geneva codes.
Yes.
That's also true.
All right.
I'm
But
just
that-
saying.
You know what?
Technically,
He was
Thor and
worthy.
Ultron did that.
He picked up the
Technically,
hammer.
Thor and Ultron did that.
He picked up the
Like-
hammer. He was worthy.
And Tony. It was Antony.
I mean, I'm just saying, like all of these characters, like what I
flawed.
find to be interesting is what a lot of times, and this is why I say like, if you're a superhero in the Marvel universe, you're cool. But if you're a mutant in the Marvel universe, you might as well be a third class
They are
citizen.
framing it-
That's why
they
I
are
said
framing
it.
it that way. Because in my opinion, you did not need Jean in that movie. That movie would have been fine if it was a movie about Peter Parker trying to rediscover himself in New York City, and you gave me the 5 villains that they had in that montage. If the movie was him trying to take them down, it would have been it would have made just as much money, in my opinion. That's why I said is
All right,
Jean Grey
Reggie.
takes over this movie and this narrative, and because it was gonna make $1 billion anyway, it could have been any story that it was still going to make the money it was going to make because Spider-Man's name is on it. But this was just as much a Jean Grey, and I feel like more than a Jean Grey movie than a Spider-Man movie at the end of the day. And she's not a redeemable character.
Reggie, I have a challenge for you right now.
Go for it.
Say something positive about the movie.
Got you. All right. You ready? I got one. All right. Punisher was really good. I did like Punisher. I love the Punisher stuff. I didn't like the ending with Punisher, but I did like the dancing with Punisher. He was a good dancer.
Can we talk about the Hulk and his treatment?
Man.
Look. That travesty? Yes, please.
Specifically, after everything was over, him being mind control and the perception that he got from everybody that he was just, being a terroristic monster as he usually is. I feel like that is going to be the precursor for Jean in a sense, and all mutants. Which is why I kind of agree with Reggie. I don't think she would be able to be redeemed within the context of the MCU, maybe to the eyes of the fans, but in the context of the MCU and the way the government is, the Avengers are coming, and we're probably going to get the Avengers versus X-Men out of this incident. It's kind of like the incident that sparked Civil War in the comics. You had those young kids, superheroes out trying to do their things, and everything went bad, and then the school of kids get taken up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, I know we can't go back into Civil War, but we can definitely go into Avengers versus X-Men, like a story that's equivalent to that, and we will have that type of reaction, I think. All because of just how the Hulk is treated at the end of that movie.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of sad that he's going to be going back to being treated like he's feared, and a problem and a loose cannon. But also
As he
be-
should. As he should.
That's his art.
yeah, but it's not his fault though,
That's his
man.
art.
I agree, but that tells a better story for the Hulk. Like, just to be honest, there wasn't. You were in a box. You put baby in a box with Professor Hulk. Rage Hulk is the Hulk that we want, and Rage Hulk
Get
put us
your-
on the path to possibly getting
Yeah,
World
yes.
War Hulk.
Yeah, like unfortunately, I hate to say it, but people do not want to watch a Hulk movie that is a psychological, case study of Bruce Banner. They want to watch, like, as Tony Stark said it in the Avengers movie. People like it when you turn into a giant green raging Hulk monster, right? And that is unfortunately what people are there for. And I, as a person who's read a lot of Hulk comic books in my life and have really enjoyed them, I wish that people could get into like more of the minutiae and nuances of the fight, the inner struggle between Bruce Banner and the Hulk. But this is an 1.5-hour movie. 2 hours maybe at best, and you ain't got a lot of time to do that. And so what people want to see is what Hulk they saw in this movie. I agree with Reggie. Like, you kind of pigeonhole Hulk when you put him in Professor Hulk. Like, honestly, I would have liked to see Joe Fix-It in a lot of ways.
Oh, that would have been dope.
But even we're not even going to talk about the possibilities of things they could have done in this movie. But I will just clarify one thing: is Tom Holland has the movie is about 2 hours. Tom Holland does about 102 minutes in the movie. Sadie Sink is 30 minutes of the movie, and John Barenthal is another 30 minutes in the movie. So of a 2-hour movie, 30 minutes of it is just Jean Grey alone. Of a Spider-Man movie.
I mean, like you said, 30 minutes. John Berthal too. Was it a Punisher movie?
Look, to me, he's the better part of the Spider-Man movie than Spider-Man. Like, I gotta be honest.
It's balanced. I mean, it's balanced, bro.
All right.
I also say that like Punisher doesn't feel, even though he gets 30 minutes of screen time, it's not like Punisher is getting screen time by himself. Like, he's layered throughout it. Even Jean, like Jean's 30 minutes are layered in between a lot of other characters also being in scenes. Not as much as Punisher, but definitely so. Like, also, Punisher does not feel so big as a character that he overlaps the lead role as Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
I will
like,
agree with
he
you.
feels
100%.
he feels like a side character. He feels like a person who is assisting Spider-Man. Like, the perfect example of it, of why he felt like a sidekick or just a person helping Spider-Man, but he's literally punching above his weight, is the fight with the Hulk. Because the moment he comes in there and Spider-Man's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" He's like, "I'm coming to help you." He's like, "This is the Hulk." Like, this is not that. Even when they're sitting there talking about, you go this way, I go this way, very much Jackie Chan and Chris Rock and Chris Tucker.
Well.
Yeah. They played off each other, and like him telling the Punisher, "You just really don't want to go fight the Hulk, do you?" Yeah, I really don't.
But that would be, isn't that irresponsible though? Just think about it for a minute. Isn't it irresponsible?
It's irresponsible.
to just let
Irresponsible.
Frank fighting, that's sending him to his death. Peter didn't even do the Hulk.
But he didn't send the Punisher up there. He volunteered for himself for that.
He didn't have to go. He listened to Mary Jane and went to go be a hero, and then he showed up and he was like, "I shouldn't be here right now."
He made a bad decision. Look, if I was trapped in a houseboat with Zendaya, I wouldn't leave, but John Barenthal did. Okay?
Hey, Reggie.
Hey, man.
Hey, Reggie, I'm right where I want to be if you ask me.
Look.
Hey.
Clearly, clearly we don't know what Peter's doing. He writing love notes.
First of all, that was 4 years removed, and we don't even. You know what? That's none of our business. What two high schools is doing back in the day.
She over there with the Last Jedi over there. She's good.
Hey, man, he put Paul's over there putting out his lightsaber.
Hey, I got one more low light.
What you
Wouldn't
got?
it be dope if he was a Jedi? Wouldn't it be dope if he was Harry Osborn? You know what I'm saying? Just
Stop.
name drop him a little bit.
He ain't got no ways. I ain't trying to hear that.
He ain't got no way.
All right. So my final, and I think this is my final low light of the movie. I do not feel like Mary Jane and Ned got enough time.
I
You
agree.
know, I'm gonna speak on them a
No,
little bit later because
yeah.
I got
Ned
thoughts.
didn't.
I got
Ned,
thoughts.
Ned put on. Ned went to work. Ned
Net
said, "Hey,
maximize minutes.
this is Spider Man. I got a shot." Zendaya phoned that in. I don't care what you say. That was Dune leftovers.
I would say Ned. I would say Ned maximize minutes.
I was gonna say actually because I'm so glad y'all brought up Ned. My highlight is actually the scene between Peter Parker, Ned, and Mary Jane in that apartment, like with them just
Yeah, it was
playing
great.
board
Yeah, I
games.
will say that.
That
That
might
was a
be
highlight.
one of the most heartwarming Spider-Man scenes I've seen quite a long time.
You
And
could
they
tell that
won't give
was
you.
needed.
Very
He needed that. He
Yeah.
desperately needed that.
desperately needed that.
But again, we
like-
didn't have to have. We
just
didn't have
for
to have
his
sad
soul,
Spider.
man.
We
Just
didn't
for
need.
his soul, he needed that.
We didn't need sad Spider the whole movie. That's all I'm saying.
It was a sad situation.
I'm saying that these Spider-Man movies are getting more and more depressing.
When
Like
everybody listen, this man when he lost his relationship with Mary Jane, he was sad as hell then. When he lost his company, he was sad as hell
No,
then.
right?
hold on. Another highlight for me is after Mary Jane told him like we can't be together because I don't know you, and that swing home. That was
Oh man,
perfect.
That
That
hurt.
was
Oh,
perfect right there.
That
That
was
hurt.
pain.
That hurt.
That
Can I,
was pain.
okay,
Man, he was swinging
I wanna-
hard as hell, boy.
That hurt. Look,
So
he a better man than me. I would have been like, "Oops," and oh no.
and you know what, Reggie, I'm glad you said I'm a better man than him because that is exactly why he's Spider-Man, right?
Look, I give you
Like
the whole city
it,
should
it
hate him
like
now. That's all I'm saying.
like it's for
Oh.
me. I was mentioning this to JB before the show started, but I thought one of the things that I kind of liked that was definitely a theme in the movie was obviously loneliness, but particularly like there's these tons of conversations about the male loneliness epidemic, and I thought like particularly like watching Peter embracing the spider is definitely example of him embracing like this loneliness and isolation, and the movie is essentially telling Peter like you can try to save the world all you want to, but at the end of the day, everybody needs community. Human beings are wired for human connection. Like it even still like him at the end of the movie, Ned remembering who he is, like from some happenstance, either being magically inclined, what have you, like him understanding like having this person honestly is enough in a world where nobody knows him, right? And I loved what I will say is that I really did love like how Holland portrayed that loneliness in a lot of ways. Like, and I know what you're saying. Like, Spider-Man should be fun, Reggie. Do agree with that. But whether it was Toby, whether it was Andrew, or whether it was Holland, all of these boys been depressed, and all of these boys then lost something because it's about dealing and processing grief, right? And processing loss.
Exactly. That's exactly what the point is when it comes to
Very
Spider-Man.
true. But again,
And I feel like
they wrote a movie that fit Tom Holland's acting range, in my opinion, and that was he does this emo very well. To me, this is no different than Uncharted with Webbs, right? He's playing basically Peter Parker. Like all I'm just saying is are we
Uncharted with
limited?
Webbs
That's why
is
when
crazy.
y'all say Holland is my favorite Spider-Man, I have to ask why, because he's never been the best part of any of the Spider-Man movies. There's always somebody better. Michael Keaton, Jake Gyllenhaal. He's been carried through movies for almost 4 movies. If we're being
God, I hate giving Reggie credit, but he's right.
like, just,
But
I'm being
but I
honest.
think that's what makes I
Right.
think that's what makes this fourth movie go the direction that they chose to go in. This is why they went that way, because for 3 movies he was literally being carried by somebody
By
else in every
somebody.
movie, and this
And
is the first time from all of that fallout that we get to see him build himself up from that.
No.
So I think by the next film we might see that normal, more happy, outgoing Spider-Man. But I think this is just the breakdown film. I know there were other breakdown moments in the past. I know,
That's true.
but this is like that rebuild was the whole point of this film. You know, at least they tried to do that. Did they succeed? We will see.
I don't think so. I think, like I said, it's a disjointed story that they back themselves into. But again, is the reason why to me this stands out, I did not think Tom Holland's performance was overwhelming in this. And I think Gene was supposed to be that thing that carries Holland through this one. So much so that they also added in the Punisher to kind of add into that to help it out and help build it. Look at the cast that is in this movie, right? Like, this is Spider-Man 4, and he's also being propped up again. That's why when people are saying Tom Holland is their favorite Spider-Man, I'm like, why? Do I think he's better than Andrew Garfield? Yes. Andrew Garfield was too cool. Like, big ups Damon.
He was a too cool Peter Parker. He was a good Spider-Man. He's my favorite. He's my favorite of the Spider-Man.
If you tell me he's Ultimate Universe Peter Parker, maybe. Okay.
Yeah,
but
that was what we're channeling. They were definitely channeling Ultimate Spider-Man.
Toby is my Spider-Man. I was also a kid in the early 2000s. So Toby is my Spider-Man. And we watched it, and we try to forget Spider-Man 3, Toby's 3. Toby's 3 was rough.
We don't talk about that.
On everybody. It was a dark period for a lot of people. But it's still better than Andrew Garfield's 2.
I saw that movie. I wanted my money back. I saw the money for free. I wanted my money back.
I'll say this. I'm not the Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Spider-Man movie ever.
Toby's
but
2
I will Toby's 2.
Toby's 2 was the
Toby's
best.
2 is my Toby's 2 is my favorite.
Movie, hands down.
Yeah, he's my favorite Spider-Man movie. It's my favorite Spider-Man movie ever. However, Tobey Maguire never really felt like my favorite Spider-Man, and that was my first Spider-Man movie. Like, I was that's 2003. I'm 13. And the reason why is, one, you're never gonna make me believe a dude that's in his mid 30s is 16, 17 years old. Like, I walked into that movie and I was like, dog, that's not Peter Parker, bro. That's not a high schooler. That's a grown ass man.
Hey, that high school 30-year-old.
Every single movie, he looked like a grown ass man.
I agree. But
like, that was one of my biggest problems.
Low key,
now,
man.
This is what
be aging like
this is what I will say. They do age like milk. Now, this is one thing I will say. Like, what Maguire aced the test at is he was a great Peter Parker. And behind the mat, but he was a great, he embodied what, like, it's the problem with Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield thought Spider-Man and Peter Parker were supposed to be cool. It's like, no, man, Spider-Man is cool. Peter Parker is just a regular dude. And I think
he's also a bit of an asshole. Depending on what version of the comics, he's an asshole.
Yeah, he's a smart ass, right?
Yeah. He's a smart ass. He's like, that's why I always borderline incel.
I would say he's older one. No, Reggie, follow me here. I feel what JB's saying. He's
smug.
Mark, I'm gonna say this. He would have, if Peter Parker doesn't get the superhero serum, he's definitely one of Mark Zuckerberg's friends. Just gotta think about it a little bit.
No, that's not even a stretch. That's not even a stretch.
Don't get the superhero serum.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, he's probably one of Mark Zuckerberg's friends. I'm just saying, because if you get turned, like, imagine if that guy doesn't get superpowers and he gets turned down by all the women in his life that he's been friends with.
All I'm saying is that Tom Holland's Spider-Man was carried, and I will say Spider-Man 2 is my favorite as well. And a large part of that is, to me, a good villain makes a movie. When I argue off camera, if your villain is good, it doesn't matter. The movie's dope. Examples of that, Dark Knight, you know what I'm saying? Like, Legend's performance, Christian Bale is not the best part of any Batman movie, if I'm just being honest.
Never was.
So, at the end of the day, is Spider-Man, low-key had a lot of that. His first bad guy was Michael Keaton, was the first Batman. Was my Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
my Batman as well.
The second movie, he has Jake Gyllenhaal. He's like that, and even that reveal, right? Because that was a little bit of a twist on there. And then even how they did Mysterio was an updated twist. You had that. And then Spider-Man 3, let's be honest, that is the most carried Holland had ever been. You had Maguire and Garfield and Andrew Malia, who already carried Spider-Man 2. And then you also had Goblin Osborn over there. I forget the William Dafoe on there. Like, how much more carried do you need to be other than Spider-Man 3? And then Spider-Man 4.
Jamie Foxx brought the funny too.
And look, and that's what I'm saying.
Not even shit no more.
Spider-Man 4,
can I also?
4,
but
nobody was there to carry him the same
way.
way.
Can we be honest real quick about No Way Home? Real quick, just real quick. That movie was it was cheeks, bro. Just overall, that movie was cheeks.
I want to say,
Outside
can
of
I also say,
nostalgia,
I won't say that.
I
outside of
wish
nostalgia,
I'm a,
outside of
I'm a, I
nostalgia, that
won't.
movie didn't really have a lot.
I'm gonna say this. I said it off camera because well, I didn't say it off camera. I said it at the beginning. But I said it off camera. I feel that Spider-Man No Way Home is a product of the pandemic's microwaving of a lot of Marvel's products, and also a lot of Marvel executives listening to a bunch of fans on the internet basically stand their way into things becoming reality on camera that they were probably never going to do. Spider-Man Far From Home was supposed to be about the Sinister Six. That's what that movie was supposed to be about. But after the pandemic, after hearing all of these people say, I want this person in this movie, I want this person in that movie, and this is what one of the biggest problems I have with Marvel movies is, it's become less about is this an enjoyable movie, and it became more about, you didn't put this certain person in this movie, Multiverse of Madness, so I don't like it because this person wasn't in the movie long enough, or you only put these people in this movie to be killed, or you didn't write this character the way that I wanted them to, Taskmaster, or you gender swapped the character.
I don't know. Taskmaster was bad though.
Taskmaster was bad. Taskmaster was bad. Like it was a horrible choice. But like all of these choices that they made, like, and I'm also including that in there, were fundamentally bad choices because they were trying to rush a product. And I hate to say it, but this is where the comic book stuff comes out of into it, until the movie making business comes into play. The writer's strike and the actor's strike killed the momentum of Marvel and the momentum of a lot of DC, like of comic book movies in general. Like the hype train that it had post Infinity War and Endgame was undefeatable. But once the pandemic happened, right, and it slows everything down. If you lived in Atlanta and you saw what these actors were going through when they were working Fraturdays, I was telling JB about this. You starting work at 8 o'clock. You starting work at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you not leave until Saturday, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, right? People were rushing these products. They had no showrunners for any of those Marvel TV shows, right? And everybody was wondering, why is the only Marvel TV show that we have that's good is Loki and WandaVision? Because they had showrunners. Because they had people that were in writer rooms. They weren't trying to all write a script that connected all these TV shows together or movies together. It was a self-contained universe, and it was a self-contained TV show that just so happened to be in a universe. They got greedy. And Far From Home may be the greatest example of it. I didn't need Tobey Maguire. I didn't need Andrew Garfield in that movie. I didn't need Willem Dafoe in that movie. I didn't need any of those people. You set up a Sinister Six that could have been so cool after all of them dudes went to prison. And now, what do we have for it?
But I think that's also the jump, is that they didn't develop Peter outside of all of these cameos. So just to be honest,
Iron Man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it wasn't until Far From Home, No Way Home, that I actually thought that Spider-Man was capable of defeating a Sinister Six, if I'm being honest, on his own. Because they kept downplaying him. Like, they kept curbing him back to Queens.
I agree with that, Reggie. I won't disagree with that.
Marvel did not build Peter in a way, although he had one of the best entries in there when he under rules, and then like one of the greatest intros, and it was a small cameo. What, he was on screen for like 15 minutes. Boom.
Maximized minutes.
That's all the time.
Oh yeah, he definitely did.
To be Spider-Man. I didn't have to have him in for 30 minutes of the movie, and he's the primary villain, and he's trying to justify him at the end. Like, I didn't, and that's what I'm saying, is that's how you introduce a side. John Barenthal's character, he did a good job coming in, but coming off of Endgame, I think the structure collapsed on itself, and they were just putting out straight garbage. Black Widow, I did like Shang-Chi, Eternals. Who wanted that? Again, they disconnected from the fan base, in my opinion, and they started putting out dribble.
I'll say this, and we got to start moving on here in a minute. I agree with Reggie that the plot kind of got a little bit loosey-goosey toward the end. I think I told that the first time. when I got in the theater that I thought the plot got a little bit loosey goosey.
I'm
On the
not, and
second
I'm not
viewing,
mad at that take
like
either.
and just like another low light, just like the whole contrived balance at the end of it after everything they did with the inhibitor chip and his stress or whatever. I would have liked that to have been a little bit more naturally resolved before then, because if your whole thing is I'm both and you can find that balance within yourself, wouldn't you spending time with Ned and MJ be more of a catalyst for that? Like, did we have to address it in that way, in that moment where you have to like put it in our faces? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't think that part was necessary. I'm going to be honest. The first time I was like in love with that hand fight. The second time I was like, what the fuck was this?
What?
I'm not gonna lie, I
They
was
missed
not
his
a stronger
character.
fan of
Again,
that fight
think
upon the
about
second viewing.
think about the drama that they represented in the original Daredevil in Netflix. Think about the chaos. They had the city on lock, and the city didn't even know they were on lock. We got ninja kids.
Yo,
We got 6 ninja kids in a jail fight. The way they were fighting was dope. And in all honesty, it was a real MacGuffin that Spider-Man won. They should have bodied him. I'm just being honest.
Real talk, they was moving like the 6 Paths of Pain for real.
That's what I'm saying. They
Real
bodied
talk.
can we? Oh, this one nigga is 6 niggas.
I was like, yo.
I am my pronouns are they them because I am literally 6.
Six
All of
niggas.
it. All of it. Right, he was getting mollywopped around that room. He did not win that fight. That's my opinion. But the other point that I just bring out was another issue that I have with the movie is I think they busted their load way before the movie dropped. Because you told me so much in the trailer. I would have felt better about the movie had I got there and I didn't know the Hulk was in the movie. I didn't know Punisher was in the movie. And, I've gotten to some back and forth with because I understand it wasn't publicly acknowledged Jean Grey was in the movie, but I think it was also one of the worst kept secrets in Hollywood.
It was.
Because
Yeah.
the
What
movie,
secrets do
Yeah.
they keep anymore?
but I think that's
I mean,
the point.
you can't even.
What secrets do
People
they
knew
even
it.
keep?
I mean,
So there
in
was no
in
surprises
the
other than Yelena. And was she really? This is small potato. I like the big potato. Like, okay, but did the movie need that? It could have been a CIA guy just walk up and say, "Hey, VMAX, look
Who are
into
you
this."
gonna get the dude from Black Panther?
Look, you
Like-
could have got who's the guy that does close up magic? He's my
I mean,
favorite.
the fact of the matter is, like, they included her. They included her because he was going to the Avengers for help, and she was like,
I mean,
nah, that's for you to
I would
figure
have.
out."
I mean, I would have liked for them to bring back Donald Glover and we get another Prowler.
Look.
Get another Prowler.
Look.
That would have been cool.
That would have been
Like,
dope.
sit here and talk
That
about
would've been
those
dope.
shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Also-
We'll be here all night because I can tell you
yeah.
a better movie.
I
But Reggie,
like-
what I will say is, we didn't mention. I wanted to ask y'all, how did y'all feel about the organic webbing aspect?
I
of
hate
this
it.
film?
I hate it.
I never liked the organic webbing.
I hate it so much. The fact that a generation that don't read believes that was a thing to begin with. I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's just so much of it everywhere. I don't like it.
Like, you
Yeah,
tell me
like,
this man is out here
I
skeeting out his
personally-
wrist, and y'all cool with it.
I remember like
This man out here just
talking
going,
to-
all the time.
I was
Like,
talking to one of my friends about it, and
Gross.
well, yeah, I was talking to like one of my mutes about it, and they're a movie only person, so they're like, I've only lived in a world where Spider-Man is only had organic webbing because of Tobey Maguire. And I'm like, dude, you never watched the animated cartoon? Not once? I'm like, bro, that was literally a whole shtick about Spider-Man. Is like, I've ran out of web, now I got to figure out what I'm gonna do. It's literally in the PlayStation games, that was literally a thing. You could run out of web, and now you got to figure out what are you going to do now to win the game. Like, it's a built-in thing in the storyline of Spider-Man, and I kind of hate that they did it, because in the hand fight, when they take away the web blasters, that's what I actually want to see the spider sense really do its thing. It's like, it doesn't matter whether I have webs. You can't touch me. Right? I need read, nigga, read. Like,
y'all make me sick when y'all don't do this. Y'all infuriate me all the time.
read a book, man. They're really
Read a
fun, I
book, pick
promise
up a
y'all.
comic book, go to Wikipedia, go to TV tropes, go do anything.
I mean, honestly, just go. I wouldn't even if you don't want to watch if you don't want to read it, just go watch Spider-Man the animated series. Like I promise you.
But isn't that more frustrating that they have a playbook that already works? You've captivated an entire generation with this. It's guaranteed. It's one of the most revered. Look how well X-Men 97 is doing on Disney Plus. I honestly can't find a bad review on this. And the last episode, literally, I was emotionally just like torn apart. If they start coming out with X-Men movies that are not better than the cartoon, or I'll say if it's not better than X-Men Evolution, I'm going to be mad. But you have a Peter Parker that the world has already accepted. Give me that. Stop trying to change stuff. Put MJ in a yellow sweater. I'm telling you, like, just do it and have her call him Tiger, and we will all be happy.
ATL Tech,
Reggie,
man, I understand that. That's cool. But it's a small thing to just make it consistent that this man makes his own webbing. There was not a thing. It's never been a thing. Sam Raimi.
And we went through the whole thing in the movie.
How did he afford anything? Does he even have a social security number? How does he pay?
Reggie, he's stealing. He is stealing. What else is he doing? He's like everybody kept asking. Yeah, like I saw somebody ask it on the internet. I said, "You asking me? You're asking the internet how a superhero that can climb walls and is also unknown by everyone is getting all of this technology. He's a vigilante. What do you think he's doing?"
I think the more important question is how did he get his stuff from that apartment on the 3rd floor all the way up to the roof?
JB, it's really simple. Comic books.
I mean, that's the best. That's the best way to explain it.
Who's paying that hospital bill? That's my question. Who's paying the hospital bill?
Nobody, because he skipped out on that. Nobody.
I mean, remember the city paid for it because it's Spider-Man, dog. Because everybody knows Spider-Man, so they just fit the bill.
Yeah, but real talk though. There was about the hospital scene. What I was told, and what I was told was, that the explanation was Rosario Dawson's night nurse was responsible for getting him in the room.
Well, then you would have had to
on the cutting room floor.
Show me that.
Yeah,
you would have had to get
floor.
Don't tell me
they cut it on the floor. It's on the floor.
One of the things, right? But
that director cut gonna go hard.
We got to
listen, because I will say Destin did, like, I do like Destin's directing style, like, as far, especially for action movies, like he's got it. Like, he makes a good looking movie, dog. Like, cutting floor got. I need to be in there.
It must have been a better movie on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's the case.
I mean, that's
probably like a whole hour just sitting there chilling.
I mean, dog, when people, like Reggie mentioned Eternals earlier, when I walked out of watching Eternals, I said there's probably a whole hour of that movie that would make that movie make way more sense if I watched
that entire movie. I watched that entire movie. I went to the manager and I got my money back. I sat through that entire movie, and after that movie, I called the manager up. He came over to us, and I was like, "That movie was terrible, and I want my money back." And I made them refund me for that because that movie that by far is the worst Marvel movie I've ever seen. And I watched the Marvels. Okay, that's the second worst one.
Wow, Iron Man 3 is right there.
No, Iron Man 3 is a better flick.
Thor Dark World is right there.
Ooh,
yeah.
Gonna do
that.
A new challenge.
That's trash.
Thor Love and Thunder, Thor Dark World, like Black Widow.
Black Widow wasn't
Black Widow wasn't outside of Taskmaster.
That bad.
Wasn't that bad.
Yeah, if they do Taskmaster right, that movie's actually good.
It is, but I will say it's a movie that had no stakes.
But Reggie, can we be honest about stakes in these movies?
Yeah.
Do I need stakes to really be in every superhero movie?
No, but when you're dealing with Avengers level characters, and at that point it needed stakes. That movie needed stakes for it to be, because again, it's like her tying up loose ends. By that movie, she was already dead in main continuity. So you came out with
Yeah.
a movie
That was my criticism of the film. It was more so this was a movie that should have came out 5-6 years ago, but y'all kept pushing it back because a certain guy, a certain executive there didn't want
But
women to be the
hindsight-
lead role in a fucking movie.
Fellas, we gotta move on, man.
yeah,
I know we
go.
gotta. Yeah, we got a lot to get through still. We've been on this for about an hour now. But Peter Parker's direction in this film. Are you high on it, low on it? BK, let's start with you, man.
I'm high on it. Like I said earlier on, those first 3 movies, not so much, but this movie felt like we're going in a direction, and I think in a better direction. And I think there's a bit of optimism there because I can see this character evolving finally. Did he evolve enough? No, but I think we got a pretty good base to build on another trilogy after this one.
Okay. I'm piggyback off of you. I agree. I like my Peter Parker sad. I like my Peter Parker emotionally damaged. I like my Peter Parker like I like my Mary J. Blige albums after a bad breakup, after some sort of emotional turmoil. That's how I like my Peter Parker, and I got that. And I thought Tom Holland did a really good job portraying that and putting that on screen, especially seeing MJ kiss another dude, like kiss Ezra Bridger. And then just that swinging scene afterward, and how we kind of fell, and I was like, "Okay, I'm a swing again." After just letting himself fall that far, relatable.
They wasted that guy. They wasted that guy.
I need that. His name is Paul. This is so great.
So is it Paul? Is it really Paul?
Yes, his name is really Paul. His name is really Paul.
I love Paul. Bring me more Paul. I need more Paul in these movies.
That's A1, but I need
Paul, the best Spider-Man character.
Hey, yo, chill, yo. But I definitely need more of that in my Spider-Man films. I definitely need the sadness. Just her telling him, "I don't love you," as gutting as it was, and just his reaction to that. Like we talked about it earlier, that swing home was oof. Especially after the walkout.
Man, this is what that boy needed.
He needed that, right? He needed to hear that. He earned. I mean, I would say he earned that, but kind of had that coming. But I like the direction of it. Like I said, I don't need Iron Boy Jr. anymore. I don't need Avengers. Like I don't need Spider-Man out of New York. I want Spider-Man in New York. I need him sad and depressed. I need him to be responsible for some of the bullshit that he goes through, and they gave me that. So for that, yes, I am happy with the direction of Peter in this film and going forward.
For me, I'm high on the performance. I like the direction that Holland Spider-Man is going in, as BK said. I feel like we finally, also as JB said, we don't have Iron Man Jr. anymore. I understood the purpose of what Iron Man played in this Spider-Man's like story arc or whatever, kind of being, the person that he aspires to. And also like, because they had made Iron Man into like the center of this universe. And so him being a 16-year-old, 17-year-old kid, of course he would idolize this person. It makes sense. But at the same time, like I still want my Peter Parker to be his own hero, his own super genius, regular dude. And so finally seeing him do that in this movie, I will say I am excited for the next Spider-Man movie following this one. Like I definitely am higher on Tom Holland. And I know Reggie will say like, why are you guys high on Holland for Pete? And I think it really more so, like I said, I love the genuine like teenage youth that he portrayed in the first 3 movies, just like him being Peter and like going through the motions of that. But I think this movie like really sold it for me. Like like him now being 4 years into being Spider-Man, accepting that responsibility. And as JB said, like despite putting on a smiling face, despite, saving kids, every single day and being the nicest guy on earth, I am sad as shit. And I need
suffer.
That. He's got to be sad, man.
Suffer. Be broke. Have bills to pay that you can't pay. Have a fallout with your relationship that's your fault. Have the repercussions of your choices hit you in the ass. I need that. Damn it, Reggie.
Because unfortunately, it doesn't happen to other superheroes on the
We're
screen.
gonna get another sad Spider-Man movie. I'm tired of sad Spider-Man. Every movie somebody's died. Every movie he goes. It's almost a copy, rinse, and what is it? Repeat on this. I don't like Tom. I think that the character is actually being pigeonholed by Tom Holland's acting capabilities. If I'm being honest, I feel like the writers are very good at writing Tom Holland's roles, and this Peter Parker is being bent to suit Tom Holland's acting because he can't be the Peter Parker that we know from the comic books. So in my mind, I have to create a mental barrier in my mind, which is very similar to the one that Professor X created to hide the Phoenix Force in Jean's mind so that she didn't kill everybody because she's a villain. I'm sorry, I digress.
We'll talk
But
about that.
within that is Tom Holland's Spider-Man is his own thing. And that movie, like I said, there was nobody there to truly carry him, Tom Holland, through this movie like he has had in every other movie. So that's why this movie kind of falls for me. And I don't think there was a strong enough villain. So I don't think that Tom Holland had enough Peter Parker had enough to play off of. And I don't, like I said, I'm not a fan of sad Peter. I think it's depressing and it's a little played out. And if he doesn't evolve very quickly, I think the fan base is going to give him $1 less, so he'll make what 900 million 99. You know, maybe I don't know, but it's still Spider-Man, so it's always going to make money. So it is what it is. But Toby is a better Peter Parker.
Toby's definitely a better Peter Parker. I don't think anybody's going to dispute that. Well, maybe some people will, but I think again, strong. I needed this to connect. I need the dots to connect because I do like Tom Holland as an actor. I do like him as Peter. I never liked his material more than his acting skill. I think his material has failed him more than anything else.
Why do you say that? Can I ask that?
Sure. Is it about him as actor or his material?
Well, his material, because I'm the opposite. I think he's been handed the reins, and its failure to launch in some areas is his own doing. So I would ask, why do you think that his material aided in the false launch? I guess.
A lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm a purist, like you. So a lot of this is again, it's Iron Boy Jr. A lot of his character development, a lot of his growth, a lot of his world, a lot of his interactions with everything else, a lot of him being who he is has everything to do with Tony Stark. This is the first movie where he didn't get a Tony Stark mention at all.
That's true.
This is the first time. And not just in his 3 previous appearances, but even his Avengers appearances or his Civil War appearance. Like, this is the first time we did not get that mention. And Spider-Man stands alone. Spider-Man is the most popular hero in the world. And you're telling me that he is just so well connected. I understand Iron Man is a popular figure in this world now, and he was the man in that world while he was alive. Totally get that. Heard and understood. But Spider-Man stands alone. His character is meant to stand alone. He's not a team player. He's not at the hip of somebody. He's not nobody's sidekick. He's nobody's junior. So everything that having to do with Iron Man, I needed him to detach. I needed this reset. I needed, even though I'm not super thrilled that it came from Aunt May, I needed with great power comes great responsibility. I need that to be the mantra. I needed that to be the thing that moves him because that's Spider-Man. So the fact that we finally got that now, after all this time, I was like, all right, cool. I see how you're doing it. We got the emotional distress that comes with that because it's not just a mantra. You know what I'm saying? It's a weight. It's a burden. It's a responsibility that comes with living through that mantra. And he's finally there. So for this being a first outing with that, I was pleased because I was desperately needing that. So like you said, if anybody said Tom Holland was their best Spider, was their favorite Spider-Man, I'm always like, where does that come from? Why do you say that? How did you get there? And finally, to me, if somebody were to lean into that, I can see it. Like he's higher up for me after this on that tip, but he's still not better. He's not a better Spider-Man than Andrew. He's still not a better Peter Parker than Tobey.
Wow. Okay.
But he's higher up for me because the material that he got finally match Tom Holland, the actor who I've always liked.
Interesting. Only thing I'm gonna say is I think he's brawny. If I'm just being honest, you came up. He's the nepo baby. He had no other superhero can start off with their mentor being Iron Man, who's arguably the most popular MCU character to come out, and Robert Downey. So you were already put, in my opinion, you were already placed. You were held on the rock with Mufasa ahead of. You know what I'm saying? Like you were already put out there.
He's big dog. He was big dog Roman Reigns.
That's what I'm saying. Like they literally put the machine behind. If any other Rhodey was standing next to Tony Stark and didn't get the same rub that Tony got. You know what I'm saying? So for them to make him Iron Man Jr. was needed for the character to launch the way that he launched.
But he didn't need to. He's Spider-Man.
But
we
again,
don't need that.
Look.
Thanks.
You thought he needed it because that's how they did it.
I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessarily that he needed to. It is that you are trying to. One, they try to do something that they've never done in a Spider-Man movie. Introduce a Spider-Man that you don't do the full origin story through, which this was the first time that they've ever done it. And honestly, I'm happy that they did it. Why? Because I am sick of watching Uncle Ben die. I am. Honestly, and you guys are Spider-Man fans, so you know this. Uncle Ben is a plot device. There's an Uncle Ben in every universe. So anytime people are saying
rice,
I don't need Uncle Ben physically to die in order for me to be sad. I need a Uncle Ben archetype character to be the engine that pushes Peter Parker to become Spider-Man. And what we saw was just a different iteration of that. So when people were always like, where's Uncle Ben? I'm like, bro, did y'all not watch Into the Spider-Verse? Did y'all not watch Across the Spider-Verse? Did y'all not realize that it's just a different person? Like, it don't matter. Like, so for me, like, I think in this Spider-Man, like, you're telling, yes, Spider-Man is Spider-Man. He does not need anybody to stand by himself. But in this universe, when you are introducing him to a new audience as a new Spider-Man, you are doing it in a different way that did not happen ever in a comic book for anybody. Like, we never saw one where Tony meets Aunt May, figures out that the kid's already Spider-Man, gives him a suit. That's never happened. So you're telling an original origin story to Spider-Man that has never existed in a universe that we've never read in a comic book before. That's why, unfortunately, even as a person who loves the comic books, and I respect comic book purists like yourself, I remind myself that this is not a comic book pure movie. None of these are. They are inspired. Now, so when I always remind myself of that, it lets me level set and not set my expectations too high for me to get disappointed.
Honestly,
like organic webbing, I'm always gonna hate it. Even though I love Tobey Spider-Man, it's one of the biggest things I hate about Tobey Spider-Man. If they had the web shooters, it would have been a perfect movie. And I hate it every time, and I don't get why they did it. Yeah. But I still love those movies.
Still great. They are great.
Two-thirds of those movies, but
two-thirds.
That's
right. Yeah, you're right.
Three didn't happen.
But I'm always gonna go for the purest material, and it's not. I can go for something different on certain things. I feel like that's okay in certain respects. It's just the fact that because of the people who don't read and have never been exposed to some of these things, they take these things as gospel, and some of these things that are taken as gospel. And they happen in these movies that people have switched up on. It then, in turn, affects the comics and other media.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. An example is how Marvel's been treating T'Challa since Chadwick Boseman's death.
That's rough.
Like, I mean, they gave him one good thing with the intergalactic empire of Wakanda, which is great. You know what I'm saying? Like, a nigga owns like 7 galaxies.
We're talking about comic book runs since
comic book runs and how movies are affected. How movies are affected by the comic. Well,
I mean, because Ta-Nehisi hasn't written anything since his passing. The last thing I think Ta-Nehisi's done anything Black Panther related was the podcast for the movie, and that was it.
And
he started doing Captain America after that, didn't he?
No, he was working on the Superman film that the DCEU ended up canceling because then, you know, James Gunn takes over and like all those movies got scrapped.
The last Cavill one, yeah. But I thought he
Yeah.
went back to Marvel because I did think he was on that Captain America run.
Let me
Yeah,
see.
is it
I can
Captain
check real
America
quick.
White or something like that? Red and white, something, whatever.
Yeah, check on that. But yeah,
Gotcha.
man, just these movies affect the comics in a way that the people who don't read will never know. Like Iron Man was a C-lister prior to 2007.
So I hate when people say that. I hate when people.
I mean, Batman would have definitively have beaten Iron Man
At
in
least give me
2007, prior to 2007.
B-lister. He was in all the cartoons. He was in
He
all
had a cartoon.
I mean, Reggie, I'm gonna keep it real. He is, I mean, at the time of where he was before that movie came out, I would say, especially prior to like Civil War and the comic books, he was very much.
A lot of the people on the Avengers
Jr. saved that, like saved it.
He did.
Like I'm gonna tell y'all, when Spider-Man got sold to Paramount, Marvel tried to sell Iron Man in that package deal. Paramount and Sony said, nah, we're good. The Iron Man cartoon, it's only one season for a reason, because it got canceled.
It's dope 63 episodes. It's dope.
But like I said, it got canceled. I love the Silver Surfer cartoon from the 90s, but it was made for an adult audience. Kids didn't get it. Canceled after 1-2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Spawn had a cartoon. We gonna talk about that.
We don't talk about it. It was only on HBO, so it eventually got canceled. Like, what I always remind people of is that there was a time, like, I never thought in my lifetime of being a comic book reader that we ever would have got a fucking Iron Man movie. I knew we would get an X-Men movie and a Spider-Man movie probably beforehand because of how popular those entities were. Probably a Hulk movie beforehand because of how popular the Hulk was back in the 90s and early 2000s. Iron Man? Oh, you smoking good dope. You smoking good dope. If you told me in 2008...
And the fact that RDJ just happened to fall in their laps for
That's what I was gonna say. That was what.
Yeah.
The casting saved that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was literally the match made in heaven. Absolutely. And like the best thing to ever happen in movie. Like, it's movie magic. Like, how that is movie magic, how it like really happened. Like, because he wasn't supposed to get the role. That was supposed to go to Tom Cruise. Like,
he needed it just as much as they needed him at that time, because his career, he just came out of Scandal. So even with that, I think it was a mutually beneficial situation, and it turned out well. But I argue early Marvel, that Phase 1 Marvel, is for comic book fans. It was the nods that we wanted to see in the background, and that's what that Phase 1, I say early Phase 2 stuff was for us. So now that we're in Phase like 5. And they're doing new things, and we're completely off the reservation now. And they're all right, cool. We're gonna throw in some montages for the fanboys, but the rest of the movie is gonna be something else. Now we're too far away from the source,
but you gotta keep that same energy for us, because we still matter too. We're still our money. It's still our money.
Wasn't for us.
I mean, like, for real, like, if it's so not for us, why you put Cindy Moon in the film?
Because, they gave you a deep cut. All right, they gave you one deep cut.
They give you one deep cut.
I'm saying between that. Also, why do you go Bill Metzger?
I mean,
that's a deep cut. If you're an X-Men fan, like, you knew as soon as you heard, like, my name is Bill Wesker, like, oh, I know this motherfucker is lying.
I mean, honestly, as soon as as soon as I heard Damage Control, honestly, back when we were doing Kamala Khan with Miss Marvel, I knew we were going to
I didn't like that choice, by the way. Damage Control is it's another faceless government entity. We're on our 5th one that the Marvel Universe has to take down now.
I mean, they're not faceless. They're comic book lore. They're comic book lore accurate.
In the later comic book, the 2010.
This man is in the wind. In fact, this man is in the wind still.
I don't think he is.
They literally said he's on the run.
I know. I'm just saying is like I said, I think that he is a sanctioned government agency, and that's what's going to be the driving force again for the X-Men. I don't think they're doing the Brotherhood. Humans of what is it? HOM. I think is what's the name of that
HOM.
group?
FOH.
Yeah,
FOH.
it's Friends of Humanity. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
friends are fuck out of here.
I don't know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, because just to be honest with you, I think it is going to be risky if they do the X-Men and they get into the cult. Because let's be honest, the X-Men and mutants was a placeholder for the civil rights and what was going on during that time. So if we really
And they gotta if they playing, and I've said that. That's why I said earlier.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to navigate that. You're gonna have to toe a very thin line because it's very close to current culture, culture stuff that
And
we
not
have
only-
going on.
And not only
I mean,
that, it's like
Daredevil
that's why I
just
said-
did it.
Yeah, Daredevil. Not only did Daredevil just do it, it's that, like I said earlier, y'all, the Avengers for the last 20 years have basically been state-sanctioned superhero police, and now we about to get to a point where and now we have gotten to the point where now the federal government in the Marvel universe has their own set of Avengers. Like by happenstance, only because the person who was in charge of the program, who was trying to kill all them fools, like now is in the best position ever because they saved the world just by only because of her own folly. Only thing I want to go back to, because Reggie mentioned X-Men 97 earlier. I'm gonna say this: I got a problem with X-Men 97. I feel like the pacing is fucking. I feel like the pacing is fucking horrible this season. They are rushing too many of these goddamn episodes. Some of these episodes need to be two-parters. The last episode, you are correct. I was emotional as fuck. You know what I really been emotional at? At a fucking cliffhanger. Because when I was watching X-Men 93, there used to be fucking 4-part episodes. Right? during the fucking Apocalypse Saga, that was a 4-part series. All right, that was not some one episode and it's over. Like when Wolverine did the whole, like they did the Brood in 5 minutes. Like you complaining about that
was egregious.
Spider-Man movie? I
was
thought
egregious.
if you're a purist, I would think you'll be clouding about 97 right now. Granted, 97 is beautiful. Like the way, like the one thing I will give them the credit on is the fact that they've been able to take very big, very complex, very loose stories that are all over the place and literally make them make sense. I never thought I'd be watching a season of X-Men and they would make Bastion's origin story make sense. I never thought I'd see that. Is it
ballsy of
X-Men 97
JB, when
It really was.
ballsy.
That's what I'm saying. 97 is for us. All they got to do is come out with this Spider-Man 98, which I heard that was at one point they was in development. I don't know if they're still going to do it.
I heard them talk. They were talk. I don't know if it's gone hush, but they did talk about that like 3-4 years ago because it was also around the time the My Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man shit was being made.
And nobody really needed that. I hated that one. If I'm being honest, that last Spider-Man that they just came out with, where he got the big
animated
glasses
joint,
and he looks like a nerd. Like,
the high school joint.
That was too much. But I'm just saying, as a whole, is 97 is for us. They made us care about the characters, and they're throwing in. They got the new suits, which isn't that from the Grant Morrison run? They got the
they're doing the Grant Morrison run suits. They're doing X Corp. In my life, I'd see X Corp in animation. I've
been waiting for Havoc to address his brother. You know what I'm saying? Like even the familiar. Like look, and I gotta be frank. I've never been a Jean Grey fan. If I'm just gonna be biased, she's toxic. She be playing into Wolverine's affection. She be doing my guy Cyclops dirty. What is that? What is a female scent? What do we call? I'm an unk, so I don't know. What is that?
I don't know. I think it's still a simp.
She's chasing it because there ain't no way that you my girl and Logan be pulling up on you as much as he be pulling up, and you haven't told him leave me alone. So either you're saying that Jean is accepting the attention, or Logan is a predator. So I want y'all to be very clear.
Multiple things can be true.
I mean, I would say that multiple things can be true because, unfortunately, let's really keep it a beam. If you a real X-Men fan, you know they do 2 things. They save the world, and they be fucking in that house all the time.
Oh, right.
Krakoa proved that. Krakoa was all day. It's just all day, no holds barred.
BK all day.
And we see
Everybody was
Krakoa.
listen. If it didn't happen for you, if it didn't happen for you, I feel bad for you at this point.
Listen, man, and on
Krakoa, you just ain't had no hoes. Like you just.
Let's also consider this. Let's also consider this on Krakoa. This man Scott absolved himself of any responsibility for the first time in his whole comic book existence. This man was laid back and getting it in. I have been
listen.
Hey, listen.
Nobody gets more baddies than Scott Summer. Okay, he pulled 2 versions of Jean and Emma Frost. I mean,
and Psylocke.
Come on, bro. I'm just
they shared conjoined rooms on Krakoa, bro. That right there was all I need to know.
Hey, my man Scott Summers has never seen a telepath he didn't like. Look, you know what I'm saying? Just never seen a telepath he didn't like.
Professor X.
Yeah, I mean Professor X and his beef completely justified.
Hey,
with
Charles. Professor X, man.
Charles. Like if you Charles, I'm Mark Kane, nigga. What a guy.
Cyclops is the GOAT of the team, and he rarely gets the credit that he deserves. 97 Cyclops put that squad on his back when he was sliding around the room on Optic Blast. Bruh, come on, bruh. Like
no, that is what I would say is the best the best rebrand of all of 97. 2 people come to mind. 3 people: Cyclops, Forge, and Bishop. I ain't never seen nobody get
We gotta get the X-Men back to the 90s.
Oh. Hey, my favorite for Bishop is when they were in the past and he kept saying, if y'all niggas don't get in this motherfucking time ship.
All they had to do was go. Magneto would still be here had they listened to the black guy.
Hey. We need to leave. Nah, like when he showed back up to get Charles, I just want him to say, I told your ass what was gonna happen. How many times you think I've been back here to know this? I told your ass, but you ain't want to listen.
Hey, Gojo, Reggie, let's get back on topic.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Ned and MJ in the movie.
I will say something positive.
Oh, Ned, okay. This is a switch.
Great use of Ned. Ned was a emotional levity of the movie, in my opinion. Ned tied certain aspects of the movie together, in my opinion, they sprinkled them in all the right places. So there were parts where it got a little bit more emotional than I feel like a Spider-Man movie needed to be. But then they added Ned in right then to fill it. And Ned is, I think we're seeing Ned, he is us in these movies. So to see the movie through Ned's lens, I think is an important aspect. But I will say that was great. Zendaya phoned it in. I'm just going to be honest. We got Rue. Or, I mean, she's not Sydney Sweeney bad, that's but crazy. I'm just saying, like, she was Dune-ish, Dune adjacent. Like, it's cool. The most emotion she showed was on the rooftop. I've already heard that argument before. And even that was not an emotional stretch. I was not overwhelmed by her performance. But then again, I don't think she's a phenomenal actress. I think she's good, but I never said she was phenomenal. She's not Denzel Washington.
Okay. I'm gonna hop in here real quick on this. I'm gonna be the negativity. I'm not gonna say Reggie. If you're not gonna say it, I'll be the one to say it.
Thank you.
Ned and MJ shouldn't have been in this movie at all. If this whole thing is about him starting over, him being alone, then he really needs to reap the consequences. I feel like by them being in them and him in this movie and them being around and then them hanging out with him, even though I love that moment and just all the interactions with that they had, and especially with Ned at the end, I feel like it undoes the lesson at the end of the previous movie. So for that, I'm not a fan of Ned and MJ being in this movie. I feel like by this time, he should have met one of his other love interests because he's got plenty. Peter Parker get hoes. Mm-hmm. So there's no reason for him not to.
He does have bitches now.
Instead of me being stuck on Michelle Jones, we could have got that Mary Jane finally.
Could have got Black Cat.
We could
But
have got
that was actually going to be some criticism.
Felicia Hart. Hell, I mean, if you really want to go there, we could have done Mockingbird.
That would have been good. Yeah.
Mockingbird would have been cool. I'm actually not mad at that.
I mean, we've
Yeah, it would've
done
been nice.
Liz Allen. We've done Liz Allen. What else is there? There's still Betty Brant out there. No, that was his classmate in the previous movie, but you could run that back. It doesn't harm nobody. Peter got options out the wazoo. What was that? It was his girlfriend. Ultimate. When Doc Ock took over his body, who was his girlfriend then? I forget her name.
Ooh. Also,
The Asian girl. The Asian girl.
Hold on.
I can't think of her name.
I don't think of her name. But the point is, though, Peter got options, and if you really want to drive the point home that he's all alone and all by himself, instead of 4 years, showing us 4 years of him gaslighting himself of the friends he left behind, they should have moved on and done something different. So for that, Ned and MJ, I felt like I would have been better served for them not in this movie. I enjoyed what we got from him. Again, Ned, maximized minutes. Zendaya, cool by me. But yeah, they shouldn't have been in this.
So to answer your question, Superior Spider-Man, Otto Octavius, that was Anna Marie Marconi, and the Ta-Nehisi Coates Captain America run ran from 2018 to 2021.
Okay.
Okay. BK, you got thoughts?
Sure. I agree that they probably shouldn't have been in the movie. I can agree with that. Okay, not that they shouldn't have been in the movie, that they should have been used more sparingly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
At the end of the last movie, we do the roll credits, and he gives her the letter. Should have did that. And then at the beginning of the next movie, we don't have to see her like that. We see them living their lives. We see him maybe try to interject himself in that life in some way. At this point, we already know they're not getting back together. And it would have been a better movie because then we could have focused on a new love interest or not a love interest at all. Whatever you want to do. Maybe Black Cat would have been cool since we had the rogues there. But as far as MJ, I think that would have been a better serve for her and Ned. But I do like them in this movie. It's just seen them at the beginning, seen them at the end in a different space.
I can agree with that too as well.
Better.
Yeah, like there are times when I really do appreciate like Ned and MJ, and like I said, the scene where all three of them are back together for the first time, just in a room, just conversing, like was beautiful. But I also agree, like we watch like that stuff happen in No Way Home for a reason, and there's a consequence for it. I think like I would have preferred maybe him like watching Ned stream or his TikTok or whatever, but like still never interacting with them. Honestly, I would have loved almost if you like see them just in passing as he's doing stuff like in the background almost, but not actually like him interacting with them. Like he's there, but he's not there. Or I would have really liked it if he just introduced himself to them and just started over.
Exactly.
Like that's what I would have. That's what I actually thought he was going to do with Mary Jane. Is like, yo, she doesn't know who you are. You bagged her, and you were the nerdy nigga in school, dog. You can do it again. And honestly, now you got superpowers. You can definitely bag her, my dude. Like
and you know everything about her already.
You know everything about her.
Track. You got a whole place.
That would have been so weird.
It is. But
that is definitely weird. Though.
And also that's why I get that they didn't do it, because it would have been weird. Because then it's almost like he's sitting on inside information. Are you ever going to be honest with her? Like it becomes weird. It could possibly not. Like Reggie, I agree with you, because I think there's like it's a spectrum. Like in ways I think it could have worked, right? If he just started over and just for real and just befriended them all over again. You know what I'm saying? And also if he does it early with Ned and the handshake shit works, who's to say
But that's my point is he put himself in a self-imposed exile. This is a cage of his own making, and that's the irony in it, right? Like
Right.
he at any point could have came to them. Spider-Man is known. People know who Spider-Man is. If he came up to them like, look, I've known hey, I've known you guys my whole life. I had to do this thing to save the world, etc. Cool. Even her getting mad, like it didn't make like to me, her getting mad at him for not telling her who I wasn't even sure what she was really mad at, if I'm just being honest. Like that he waited or like I don't know what she was supposed to be mad at. I did understand she had a regular reaction. Like she was like, look, I don't know you.
You gotta
I don't
commit.
think what's up?
For him, he has to commit. If you're committed to the bit of
And
being
that's
by
also the
yourself,
thing. Like
then stop.
that was
Stop trying to dip a toe.
And JB, that is also another theme of the movie.
annoying
It is
to
the failure to commit. He keeps straddling the fence of will he, won't he, will he, won't. Are you gonna be Spider-Man? Or are you gonna be Peter Parker? Are you gonna be Spider-Man? Or are you gonna are you gonna go talk to that girl and tell her that you love her? Or are you not? Because Frank basically asked him the same damn question. Like, you gonna tell that girl or you not gonna tell that girl? What you gonna do? Like, cause you know that girl. I didn't know you knew that girl.
Yeah.
That like I didn't know that you knew that girl. I thought that was just a random broad. This Frank is like, who the hell is this? Right? And now you're like, oh, you know her? Oh, like
I know
you
him.
brought it out in bushy tail because she asking about you? What?
Look,
I see you blush. I see the way you're looking at her, bro. Even through the mask.
Like
Hey,
dog,
hey,
like
the mystic side of that spider sense made him leave that letter. I'm just gonna be real.
look.
That's what happened.
She again is to that point she could have been left out of the movie and in my opinion but again Spider-Man 3 curved them, put them in a box, and they had to address it. It needed to be addressed in 4. I just don't think it needed to be the main heartbeat or the main thread of 4. It could have been a side story about him rebuilding a relationship that we would have wanted to see, because just to be honest is I like adult Peter Parker trying to bag Mary Jane. I think we get a different version. I do agree. I don't think Punisher needed to be in this movie. I do like his inclusion, but I thought it would have been just as dope if it was a Felicia Hardy Black Cat. And maybe he's over the 4 years. That's what I'm saying. The 4 years that he was Spider-Man that we didn't see with the montages, that's the Spider-Man movie we should have got.
Yeah.
Not the Jean Grey movie that is cosplaying the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, and I need to address this. You want to go ahead, BK?
Well, I also think MJ could have been. I think she needed to be in the movie because one is Zendaya, and Zendaya is hot right now, so you kind of need her. Because people would have been asking where was she at,
really
and two, within those the role where she helped him figure things out. If we didn't do the organic webbing, Ned could have helped him figure out his web shooter to make it better, because we're having a conversation with Ned about that for nothing. And then MJ could have helped him figure out the
inhibitor.
The inhibitor. Thank you. So they could have had a better roles to play without trying to, him do the whole emotional "I love you" thing so heavy-handed.
But the closure, the point is like,
is he done with it? Let's be honest. Do you think he's done with it? Is Zendaya not going to be in Spider-Man 5?
Reggie, let me get this out. Like she said, I disagree. Feel like you need to get closer for MJ before he moved on. I don't think so. I think he rid himself of that chance and that choice when he took the choice to make her forget him. Like, you don't need closure. You made the choice that you're going to be forgotten. Like, you have to stand on that.
That was the only way to fix the initial problem.
Yes.
Which, to be honest, wasn't really as big a problem.
Don't even get me started on how a master wizard, the sorcery master, the sorcerer supreme, can't make a spell properly because a teenager was yapping behind him. Don't even get me started on that.
But I can help.
That's why they should have called Jericho Drum.
I can help Sony a little bit with the plot hole. Is if you want to get Ned back on board, Sony, if you're listening, right here I can tell you how to do it. You already made Ned magically inclined, so just say that his natural proficiency to magic snapped him out of Doctor Strange's magic thing, and then we can just go back to having Ned, and we don't have to do the nonsense because it was muscle memory why he did the handshake. I don't think he remembered Peter at the end, and within 2 seconds of finding out who Peter Parker is Spider-Man, Mary Jane is already, or MJ has already told Ned, because she told him in the apartment, "Be careful, Peter." Oh, I shouldn't have said that. And that's how Ned knew his name was Peter. So for those who are listening or watching, and they say, "Oh, well, how did he know that his name was Peter?" Mary Jane said it in the apartment.
I mean, they left that ambiguous on purpose.
Hey, that's some strong muscle memory, by the way.
That's strong as hell.
I ain't never seen muscle memory where you have like 15 steps to it. You know what I'm saying?
Handshake
with a friend, with another friend, or a cousin, or somebody else that he knows. Because, like I said, Peter got erased, but we don't know that he only did that handshake with him.
Bro, I got homies that from high school, we used to be like, "Hey, man, number 32," and then just do all that. And I don't have the muscle memory for that. I don't.
All right.
I'm not saying that he knows that he remembers Peter. I'm not saying that. I'm just only exclusively saying that's some long muscle memory. That's all.
I think this muscle memory.
Oh, you know what I thought about when I saw that head shake? I thought about the Dap Up Tournament of Power, and I just started thinking about Piccolo. And I'm like, what happened was Peter got in that Dap Up distance. And once you get in that dap up, once you get in that dap up distance, you know what I'm saying? Like it just comes back to you naturally. You know what I'm saying?
Watch out, Gohan.
Like
this dap is about to be amazing.
Pay attention, Gohan. This is the reminiscence dap. These two haven't seen each other in 4 years.
The last time they seen each other, they moved mountains and Soul shook. Clean across the universe.
They dapped up so strong that they actually they erased it from existence with the dap.
Y'all are wild. All right, man. Let's move on. All right, Sadie Sink, Jean Grey, Reggie. I know you got lots of strong feelings. You want to go first, or you want to wait a little bit?
I think she's an unredeemable character. Okay, I think that while Sadie Sink did a decent job with Jean, the writing is what fails Jean in this movie. She murders people just straight up. Go back and watch the movie. I saw it twice. There's at least one body. I saw her back a guy up as a cab hit him. He's gone. He's smoked. He's iced. He was already an older gentleman. He didn't survive that. So I don't know what justifies her rampage of terror so that she can get an answer about her sister. And she's not held accountable to any of her actions for the entire movie. She's not redeemable. Like I said, as a plot device, she works. The whole last third half of the movie, or the third part of the movie, was all about Jean. And to me, she's an uncompelling villain, and she's not a non-redeemable hero, in my opinion. So, in my opinion, you wasted Jean. She didn't need to be in the movie. You could have given me any other villain, and the movie would have been just fine. This was an excuse to include the X-Men, and she's one of the worst X-Men, in my opinion, to include, because then you can have her go bad when she goes Phoenix again. So now you show me she has a propensity of evil. So again, she's. I don't know if the goal was to make her unlikable, but she's very unlikable. I mean,
when is Jean ever really truly likable in the first place?
I mean, that's true.
Okay, I'm not going. Okay, one. I'm not going to have y'all disrespect one of the 5 pillars of the X-Men.
I don't fully agree with everything that Reggie said. But Jean not being likable is
also Jean?
That's not a tough sell.
But my thing for Reggie is what mutant is born a hero? I'll wait.
I was gonna say Cyclops.
Cyclops killed people when his powers activated most of the time in school. He punched
accidental.
He punched a nigga through accidental, but he punched a nigga from another universe through his eyes, through a fucking wall, and concussed him. That's all I'm saying. Like, Rogue touched a nigga and put him in a coma for 3 fucking years. Like, all I'm saying is has electrocuted niggas just off the fact that she got emotional. None of these people were heroes until they became X-Men, is my point.
But hold on, though.
She is a regular person.
A lot of those things people were collateral damage off of the trauma of the powers that were developing. They had no idea what's happening.
Again,
Jean made choices.
Intentionally killed this man.
Choices. Now I
Jean made
understand. I understand.
When
If
she
somebody-
froze everybody,
Listen, if somebody took my if somebody took my younger brother, if somebody did something to my family member, my nephew, my mom, whatever, like I'm going on a manhunt. That's it. That's all. That's all it's going to be. So from that, I understand it. What I don't justify is all the extra collateral damage that she did in the meantime. Why did you have to make Peter kiss her, MJ? Why'd you have to throw her
She was
off the
mean.
roof?
She was just being mean. Just be
That
honest.
was not
Being
necessary.
cool.
hey, that was the
Is it-
Phoenix Force.
I gotta be
That
honest.
was not necessary.
I think Scott.
I mean, Willem
Scott
Dafoe
would-
blew up Peter Parker's aunt's house. What did he do it for? Because he's a fucking evil person. Like what I do not understand. Like what I am getting at is this: is that you are trying to hold a child,
Okay.
not an adult, a child
Not the same.
accountable
See, this is
for
not the
something
same
for
as.
like, but it is.
They do it
But
all
what
the
I'm
time.
saying,
I'm normally with-
what I'm saying, like they don't do it. They don't do it all the time in the real world where there's a government agency that's looking for superheroes and kills somebody's sister, and a psychic who does not realize that they're a psychic that does not understand just truly how powerful the depths of their mutant ability goes is just trying to look for their sister. I understand that people are collateral damage. How many people are collateral damage in every Marvel movie? But this kid is all of a sudden the worst person in the
But
world.
it was on
It was
purpose.
I can give a pass. I can
Would
give
you-
a pass. Hold
If
on,
it was your sister, what would you
Hold on.
do?
I could give a pass for children when the setting calls for it. Gabby Braun, Attack on Titan. I'll give her a pass because that's the world she was given. That was the life she was raised into. It is not just something that's within her and her family. That's the entire setting. Sasuke, I can give him a pass because that's the world he was growing up in. That's the lack of care, the lack of empathy, the lack of urgency that was given to him
So
throughout his upbringing. So for that, I can give that. Those are child soldiers in both settings. This is a real world with real world issues, with real world logic that applies to us here that we're raised with. From that metric, she went from that to killing people in police cars with that tank, blowing up people in that building without answers, and on top of that, you not only abducted a girl's body that had nothing to do with nothing, you made her basically an SA victim.
As I was saying, kidnap. It's up there with
Unremorseful.
Wonder Woman 84 when she was sleeping within that guy's body. That guy
Yes.
didn't know her.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know who's mad at that, but
I
but
will.
look, that
I am
happened.
going to stand 10 toes down on the fact that yes, Jean Grey did some very unsavory things that a child with superpowers would do in a situation when they are one. Let's also add this in because Reggie explained my point earlier with talking about the whole racial like parallels of what mutants go through. Do not say that Jean Grey does not live in an oppressed world where she is a superhero, where she has superpowers and she is hated for having those superpowers. We are hold on. As
We're not there yet with her.
don't say that she's not when a government agency just smoked her sister.
But again,
How you gonna say that?
Yeah,
And we don't know how many other people
And I
get
hate to
killed.
say-
No.
Reggie, you just said we don't know how many people that Jean Grey has killed. I don't know how many people Damage Control has killed so far.
that is true. That is true.
That is
That's
true.
valid. That is very valid.
But
I'm
okay,
not saying that they are
what if it was the kid
wrong.
from Brightburn? The kid from Brightburn, he got
Get that nigga-
superpowers. He just
hey,
start
that
murdering
nigga
people.
gotta go. That nigga gotta go.
Nah,
He's
that
a demon.
was
He's a demon, though.
He's
That
a
was-
demon.
that
He
was
gotta go.
that was
He got
evil
But I'm
Superman.
just saying, like,
That was evil Superman.
we can't have it. If he gotta go, Gene gotta go.
Look,
But what I'm saying
is
is
Scarlet Witch
is
a
that-
bad guy or a good guy? That's all I'm gonna ask. Is
Scarlet-
It depends on her emotional state.
it depends on our emotional state. And also remember, Scarlet Witch in this universe was never a villain. They were children who volunteered for an experiment. Why? Because their country was destroyed as collateral damage by who? The Avengers. They got into that for revenge.
Jean ain't got them issues.
You joined a terrorist organization. You volunteered for experiments and joined a terrorist organization.
But we're not even talking about that. She
Then
was not
you
a
team
villain
up with
at
a
that.
genocidal robot that you made, that you helped made.
In Ultron, I think she gets a pass, though. I don't think people fall off from Scarlet Witch really until she gets in Civil War, not Civil War, in whatchamacallit? Multiverse of Madness. When she's killing people. So at that point,
Traumatized population got slashed that day.
She was chasing her 2 kids, which she perceived to be real. She's a mother trying to get her children in any version that she can get them, and she killed people to do it. Is she redeemable or not?
I did not think that she was, but also at the same time, that is why she did not find herself redeemable, which is why she disappears. She quote unquote murked herself because nobody's ever dead in comic book. But all I'm saying is
Jean kidnapped, Jean murdered, and she sent herself on a bus ride upstate New York.
But in the same,
I've been to Albany.
I mean, look, she went to upstate New York because we know she going to that X mansion. Because we know Charles made that phone call. He said, "I like you and I want you," and we know how he recruit. Right?
He should have been in the movie then. All he had to do was have a bald guy pick up the phone from behind. I would have been happy.
Now I'm gonna say this.
Charles was cast, so I can give that a pass.
If Charles was cast, something that would have been really great for me at the end when she was crying because she was like controlling, like basically keeping Peter alive for like all that time, essentially. I would have loved if they turned the camera to the other way and we saw Charles Xavier there saying, "Let's go." Essentially, like, "I'm here to help you. Let's go. I understand what you're going through. I witnessed all of it while it was happening." Because also, as BK said, when she's put the whole entire New York City or however much the radius of those people on pause, she didn't do that on purpose. That was a emotional reaction to the reality that she found out her sister was dead.
You're right.
It activated.
And if that was the only major moment, then I would say she would be redeemable. But all the stuff before that, I can't give it to her. I can't.
I mean, but when you find out the why, that's when I'm like, as upset as I am that she did those things.
I gotta be
still also because it's almost it's like
beef with one organization. I'm keeping my beef to one organization.
I mean, because listen, I thought that I hate to take it here. Listen, I thought that Killmonger's idea was cool until he started killing his own people. Like when you smoke your girlfriend in the middle of the movie, I'm like, bro, the fuck are you doing? Like when you're the bad guy. Like, and so when people were like, well, I just kind of understood his plight. No, he's the bad guy. He killed his own people.
Jace, and
I maintain that with Killmonger too.
I mean, I hear you, and I agree. At the same time, though, she turned that dude's bones into powder, bro, when he got hit with that cab.
I mean, listen, bro. With the Marvel universe, I hate to say this, but as a
walking down the
you,
and Jean jumped in his body and put him in a cab so she could taunt. She put him in front of a cab so she could taunt Peter about getting the MJ. So it wasn't even actually to do it. She killed this man so she could prove a point.
That was for the love of the game, bro.
I'm gonna tell y'all, like, I'm gonna invoke in the words of the Watcher, niggas die every day, B. Trust me, I seen it all. Mr. Seen It All said, niggas die every day, B. In this universe, you know what I'm saying? 2 universes about to get blipped in the next movie in a couple of months, and y'all talking about an old man getting hit by a taxi cab. Well, his mama might not even be in the next movie. She might not exist.
This is a sick Negro.
All I'm saying is, Spider-Man didn't beat the bad guy at the end of the movie. He didn't. The W doesn't go.
It's weird.
The W goes to Aunt May.
Yeah, there is no. I beat the. There is no.
It's weird because, like, through all this as we're talking about, she wasn't the villain, bro.
She's a
She was a-
misunderstood.
she was
She's a
misunderstood. She was a
misunderstood
victim.
youth
Bad guy
that
for the
She was
first
a
half of the
victim.
movie. She's the bad guy. She
Hurt
is.
people
And then-
hurt people, man. Like whole
it's
time.
a victim. Yeah.
Yeah, like
And
so
I
can't
agree with
say
that. But
she-
even if a victim in real life murders someone after they turn their back and walk away from them,
All I'm
the
saying,
self-defense is out the window.
It's
exactly.
definitely something. It's definitely out the window after a
If
point.
that's your
But I'm saying
people-
she's not the villain. I'm saying she's not the villain because she wasn't
Excuse me.
trying to actively antagonize Spider-Man. She really just wanted him out of the way.
Excuse
Step aside so I can do what I got to do.
No, she was clowning him she was going out of her way to let him know what was up. You don't bring the Hulk to any building not thinking nobody's gonna get killed. Okay, let's keep it a buck 100. All right,
She thought she had him under control, and that was her first mistake.
bro. All I'm saying is this girl is a menace. She should be locked up. They're gonna put her on the X-Men team, and I'm not gonna root for her. I'm not gonna cheer for her. And then when she eventually becomes Phoenix, because that's the payoff, you don't do X-Men and don't do Phoenix, she's gonna go back to murking people, and I'm gonna be like, I remember when she was acting stupid back in Spider-Man, brand new, all of this, and it's gonna be like, bet. And I'm gonna be happy.
If you want to boo her for her entire tenure, you know what I'm saying? That's cool, man.
Give me Madeline Pryor.
That ain't no problem. Huh? That ain't no problem.
Like, you boo her,
Madeline
boo
Pryor.
away.
Emma Frost. Let's go.
Boo
Nah.
away.
We don't do no fake Jean Greys around here, dog.
Madeline was a
fake
better
Jean Grey.
Jean, in my opinion.
Nah.
I'm gonna be real. If they bring in Madeline, then that'll be the only way redemption is possible.
I don't see how they bring in Madeline Pryor without. Well, they are doing. They said they're
Scott
casting Mr. Sinister.
Scott was stupid
So,
when it came to that, Scott was so stupid.
hey man,
In the comics,
Can you
in the
blame him,
comics,
man?
in the comics,
Can
in
you
the
blame
comics,
him?
stupid.
hey JB,
Scott was
see a
stupid.
telepath, crack a telepath. That's all I'm saying.
I
See a
understand that, but
telepath.
Look,
it's one
Crack a
thing that he
telepath.
didn't know.
you
It's
love the
one thing in
mind
the
games.
comics that he didn't know.
Hey Reggie,
He
look at the
was
mind
like,
games.
You like the mind games, yo.
Once he knew in the comics, he's like, "Well, I'm gonna stick beside her anyway." that
He
that,
should
that was
have just. He looked.
wild.
That boy was sprung.
They should have just been a throuple. It would have been all right. Scott would have figured it out.
I mean,
Hey,
he
man,
I mean, if
Jerry
he can
got
be
you
a
best.
throuple
he-
with Wolverine.
Jerry got two best. I'm just saying.
And that's another point. Somebody had made like, yo, she got a whole double, and that double didn't even want Wolverine. Like, bro, this man is a sexual predator, yo. You gotta watch out for Wolverine.
The
This
problem with I've been telling y'all about that 5'2" repugnant demon. The only reason why them women are attracted to him because it's a mutation. I'm gonna say it again, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all think these women love Wolverine because he's attractive? No, it is literally his mutant power for people to be attracted to him via pheromones. That's why men
I agree.
and women
I feel that
love
way too.
Wolverine. That's the
Yeah,
only
that
reason.
makes sense.
It's not because he looks like the nigga who played him in all them goddamn movies. He is not 6'2". He is 5'2". He is a troll.
And they even did that in the movie. They had the comic book accurate version when he was jumping worlds in Deadpool. And you see he's short and he's hunched over for like the new 97 did it very well when he
They
had
got
the
it right.
on, he was
Mhm.
hunched over and everything. Y'all need to read.
Read. You got to add that read.
read.
You gotta get a t-shirt that
The
says
truth shall set y'all free.
You need
The
to
truth shall set y'all
soundbite
free.
for read.
My boys is
Read
not
a book.
lying.
Yo, when they come up with the next Reading Rainbow, I'm gonna submit you the host. Because nobody advocates reading more than JB. Let them
Take
know.
a
Nobody.
look.
In a book.
In a book.
Nigga. In a book, fuck nigga.
To be the hoodest Reading Rainbow you ever see. What?
Come on, man.
Read, motherfucker.
Read.
What's the next character, bro? What's the next character?
Burn.
Man.
We already said it. We
Trash.
Everybody. Perfect.
Trash.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Honestly, I will say
Reggie
Burn.
jumped in you.
out of all the like, can we just say like out of all the lower level superhero castings, John Bernthal's Punisher might be
Phenomenal.
phenomenal.
Perfect.
Like literally the best.
Perfect.
Like
I feel like he's elevating that character.
He
I
is.
think of his character as well. Like, remember in the early ones, it was his whole family gets murked at like a barbecue or family reunion. I
Right.
think now they just kept it to the wife and the daughter, and they kept it a little bit more compact.
Yeah. I just
He
rewatched
was
The Punisher not too long ago with my girlfriend because she's never watched it and forgot just how good that first Netflix season is. The second one, not so much with Jigsaw. Like not so much, but man, like
It's
that
good.
ending is so satisfying. And then when you get to Daredevil and him together on screen, you just can't ask for better chemistry.
nah,
Honestly.
man. Those monologues are perfect. And I think when it comes to all the side characters in this film, I think he was the most necessary.
He was.
I
I
think
think
right after him, is
um,
the police chief.
right. It's really just
Yeah.
those
I
two.
can see that. Yeah.
And the police chief really took first place on that up until you got to really see the dynamic. Like the
I just
first
think
scene was one thing, but everything after that was just chef's kiss.
for the
Yeah.
MCU
Like,
though, I was just waiting for her to say, especially when he made the comment about you don't even know my kids' names. I was just waiting for her to look down at the son maybe and go, "Okay, Miles, you need to get to school." And that would have been that little touch could have been, you know what I'm saying? Like
Miles
that's what I'm talking about in some of these.
Miles was
It's like,
Miles was a little kid in Homecoming,
well, I mean, we didn't see him in Homecoming, did we?
but we saw Uncle
no,
Aaron.
we met his
Yeah, we saw
we saw
Uncle
Uncle
Aaron,
Aaron. Yeah,
though.
we saw Uncle Aaron, but we didn't and also I believe that Miles' dad is a cop.
I just figured,
Yeah, he's the captain.
but they've already made changes in the Spider-Verse. Like I wanted Uncle Ben. They gave us Aunt May's version of Uncle Ben, and that was still dope. But I gotta be honest, this movie also lacks Marissa Tomei for me. Like at the end of the day, she's always been the heartstring of the Spider. Like you do realize that all of Peter's turmoil could have been handled by a conversation with Aunt May, right? Like that the whole
Yep.
conversation. Like,
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, is Aunt May is the one that set her correct. You know what I'm saying? Peter is the channel in which it's done, but it's Aunt May's memory and that conversation that she had with Peter that saves the day. So that's what I'm saying is
And,
Marissa Tomei is the hero for the MCU Spider-Man, and I need more Tomei. Fix that when you fix the snap.
Hey, can we say one thing about Marissa Tomei? Just one thing.
Finger licking good special. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, before we get too deep away from Miles at this point, because that when he's the other Spider-Man was in like 2016, right? So this is 10 years later plus 4, because it's what, 2028?
Plus or minus 4.
Yeah, so he got to be 18, 19, maybe 20, closer. If we say he was 6 or 7, right?
Yeah.
So we could see him. We could see him.
In my opinion, Sony needs to give Tom Holland to Marvel. Let them do whatever they want. And now that they've regenerated the Toby and Andrew interest, do a side movie with the two of them going through the Spider-Verse, mentoring a young Miles Morales, and let them make the Miles Morales money, and let Sony have the time, and then everybody's happy. Like literally, you have an abundance of
Do
Spider-Man.
you trust Sony with any of that, though?
Sony's.
No.
I would actually rather prefer Sony just stop making Spider-Man movies.
I mean, I agree, but I think beggars can't
like just expedition outside of the Spider-Verse stuff, like because
And they fumbling that right now.
And I'm gonna also say something that needs to be said as well before we get out of here. Some superhero movies should be major releases that are animated. Like,
but that's DC. DC makes a hell of an animated, and they can't put together a live action to save their lives.
but also my problem with DC is they make a great animated film, but they never give them theatrical releases.
Sony
never do.
I can agree with that.
Here's what I think about Sony. Sony literally took Morbius and told us in the promotional ads that he's the next Marvel legend. They really said that, and just
you raggedy bitch. You raggedy bitch.
Like, what an insult to our intelligence
and
to tell us that Morbius is a Look what they did to Craven. They took Madam Web, who gives a flying fuck about Madam Web.
Madam
bro.
Web, dog.
That's the problem. That's the
And
problem.
then
And
just
so,
to kind
like-
of just sprinkle in a little razzle dazzle in there. You say, hey, there's Benjamin Parker right there.
That was a little crazy.
Don't ask me how I know. Okay.
You saw it. We all saw it.
And then them horrible Venom movies too. Like, don't even get me
Man, I was so mad they fumbled Noel. They fumbled Noel, man.
Venom 1 was decent. Venom 1
Venom 1 was kind of fun as a
Everything
fun
else
goof.
garbage.
Like, yeah, it's
Trying to
like
do a
because
Venom
the one thing
movie doing a Venom
Without-
movie without Peter Parker is like having a Darth Vader movie without Obi-Wan. It doesn't work.
it just doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't work. Like and honestly, any of those Spider-Man movies do not work without Spider-Man. Like, you cannot, like, I don't know whose idea it was at Sony and Paramount to say, or Columbia rather, we're gonna make a Spider-Man movie, but the one of the top 3 most popular, recognizable superhero IPs in the world is not going to be in said movie. That makes no sense. I have said it forever. The same thing with 20th Century Fox. Give Marvel back their fucking things so that they can just make the stuff that they want to make. Like, clearly, if I was Sony and I kept seeing every time, as much as I complain about Marvel sometimes when they put their hand on products, it's a hell of a lot better if they took them off the products and let Sony make them. So it's kind of like, yo, can y'all just give them back they stuff? Because y'all can't do it.
It's not working.
It ain't working.
It ain't working.
Not at all.
It ain't working.
Not even a little bit. None of it is.
Like,
I hate them so much.
Listen, I don't know if they gonna stick the landing on the last Spider-Verse. I hope they do.
I mean, there's no reason to believe otherwise.
That team has put out work. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
That team is
out work.
Yeah, like,
I feel like corporate is messing it up right now. Like they're trying to put their hands in it.
Yeah, it's too long. It's taking too long. They have a time problem because I think interest is going to wane.
We can't even blame Shamik Moore for this.
Yeah, it's really they're like I think it's money. BK, I agree as well, because they're trying to push. I think they're trying to push up the time, because at first, like, it was going to take years for them to make that film because it takes so much. And also, the motherfuckers got robbed of that Oscar. I'm never going to forget that y'all gave The Boy and the Heron a goddamn Oscar over a movie that's done stuff in animation and CGI we ain't never seen before.
Thanks.
And it's literally changed not only the film industry, but it's literally changed the anime industry, because all of them people now are working on Demon Slayer, Fire Force, AOT, JJK. Where you think them people come from? Chainsaw Man. All of them people worked on Into the Spider-Verse or Across the Spider-Verse.
Blue
Lock, for goodness sake. Like, you can just keep name Kagurabachi that's coming out. Like, you can just keep going. All of it from Spider-Verse, dog. Thank Spider-Verse.
Also,
the Oscars didn't want to thank them, but I'll thank them. K-pop Demon Hunters literally doesn't exist without Into the Spider-Verse. It's the same team.
Indeed.
It's another movie they put out in between that too. Something about a family vacation or something.
I know which one you talking about. The family vacation joint. Crap. Ooh, that's making me. Give me a second.
No clue.
I want to say some of them people worked on Blue Eye Samurai too, if I'm not mistaken.
You know what? You might be right. That sounds about right.
I want to say some of the people worked on Blue Eye.
The fact that like right.
Go ahead.
You're right. I mean, I have nothing to add to that. You are totally right. I know those rooms stink though. For all that, I know the rooms stink. Them animation rooms.
Because they don't let them folks leave.
I know that they smell.
You saw how good JJK looked this season. Them folks ain't see them families.
Episode 13. Episode 13. Axe body spray for Breeze in that bit.
Somebody didn't see the birth of their child, man. I'm serious.
Who had sex? Who had time to have sex?
If you saw that Yuta fight, you know nobody saw their families for weeks. No. They was in on them pins.
Exactly. And Mappa normally does good work, but there was something special about that one. That one episode just Man, all the art. If you worked on Witch Hat Atelier, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh man,
Fantastic animation. I know you have not seen the light of day in months.
they spent a decade.
It was 6 years.
That
6 years. 6
might as
years.
well be.
Might as well. You ain't seen this since the end of Trump's first term.
6 years is crazy though.
God.
6 years. 6 years working on a TV show is insane. A movie I could see. A TV show.
I think
Never gonna get
Arcane's
that
first
time back.
season. I think Arcane's first season took 8 years.
Is
Yeah,
Solo
I think it
Leveling-
did.
I was gonna say, is
So-
Solo Leveling's next season gonna be a movie, not an actual season?
Yeah, they're just doing a story arc.
Yeah, they're doing a story arc. Hey
That
man,
joint is overrated. to me.
don't be mad at them. Be mad at Demon Slayer. They changed the game.
Facts.
They started putting out them mini arc movies, and now that's all we get.
That was a scam. That was a scam. That
It
was
is
a scam.
It's one of the
It's
biggest
a
That was a
scam.
scam. I fell for it twice, but that was a scam. That was a scam.
The
At that point,
Chainsaw
it's
movie.
retired, my guy.
Hey, now the Chainsaw movie, I do
Not a
not
scam.
regret.
Not
Not
a
a
scam.
scam.
Not a
And
scam.
honestly, if Mappa's listening, just make the Gojo Sukuna fight a movie. It's worth it.
Make it 3 movies.
It's not going to take 3 movies. It
just
just needs. I think the fight is worth an hour and a half to 2 hours.
That fight on the panel was like what, a year and a half?
About a year and a half. Yeah, I remember reading it. It took about.
That
a year.
was like that was stressful. Okay, stressful.
Dog. Being
Stress.
on the internet those weeks was pure entertainment, man. Reading that
Stress.
damn
Like, oh man, like when somebody lost an arm and you're like, oh my god, and that was the way they ended it that week. Oh,
I don't want to say too much because I'm gonna start spoiling.
Yeah, I'm choosing my words very carefully, but yeah, Mappa. That's gonna be their big one. That's the magnum opus right there. Gojo versus Sukuna. And that finally happens in 2030. Man, but I digress. All right, man. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, man. So, anything left and y'all got in the tank for a Spider-Man Brand New Day?
The Hulk was good.
The best
enjoyed
Hulk
the
we've
Hulk.
gotten in years. Best Hulk we've gotten.
Yeah.
in years.
Go see that movie. Go have a fun time at the movie theater. If you can go see it in 4DX, I would not advise because you might get because I would get a concussion. But if you want a good time, I heard the 4DX is actually really fun, especially for the web slinging scenes.
Also, apparently, only go see it once because if you see it twice, it's going to change your opinion on the movie.
Yeah, you hate it.
That's the consensus of the consensus of the panel.
I do not think that this
Don't
movie
see
is
it
gonna
twice.
hold up. Yeah, this movie.
Don't
I don't
see it
It's
twice.
gonna hold up in the annals of time. It's one of these forgettable Spider-Man movies. It's all right. Hopefully they'll catch the landing in Spider-Man 5 and we can get a little bit more of a comic book accurate, uplifting story. I would love that. But I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. Do not recommend. Catch it on streaming when it hits Disney Plus next month for free. Then you know what? If I saw it for free, I wouldn't have been mad. If I'm being honest, the Jean Grey movie's not bad. But that's what they're gonna do. It's gonna be like the Thunderbolts. In a couple of months, they're gonna rip off the Spider-Man. It's gonna be like Jean Grey the movie, and then it'll all make sense, right? Like that's what it is. It's Thunderbolt marketing. So that's what it is.
Thunderbolt. First
You
of
say
all,
it's going to be called Spider-Man Brand New Day X-Men Origins?
Yeah, exactly.
I have a theory. I have a theory, and if you're here at this point, I appreciate you. But my theory is the Black Eyes was not just arachnid DNA. I think the symbiote got to Peter in between films,
They should have.
and I think the Black Eyes was indicative of that. At the end, he's on Battle World,
I don't think.
and we all know at the end of Secret Wars, he comes back with the black suit. So I think that's.
Can we touch on the fact that again is I don't think that was Tom Holland's Peter Parker, because remember Spider-Man was still on Earth. It's just another one popped up in space. I think it's actually either Toby or Andrew.
But that Spider-Man disappeared off the face of the Earth, literally.
Look, all I'm saying is Ned's technology from high school is picking up cosmic things in space. We're gonna let that slide. But you want
Also, I mean, I think that was just a little Easter egg. There's nothing to really.
It was one of the
To me.
worst mid. I felt robbed. I wanted the 5 minutes I stayed for that back. Come on, let's
It was
be honest.
trash. It was
That was
trash.
Yeah, that was terrible. Don't stay for the ending.
I was not.
That was a
happy
waste
with
of time.
Like, because it left me with more questions than answers. I would definitely, but I agree with JB. I think we're getting Black Suit Spider-Man at the beginning of Secret Wars, like for sure. I think they're gonna recreate the iconic comic book cover from Secret Wars when we get to Battle World. I also think he's probably gonna be the reason that they beat Doom, because I think he is going to be the reason that they outsmart Doom.
Facts.
Peter?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a reason. Like this. Let's be clear. The team that's going in this first one in Doomsday, they're getting cooked. Okay, they're getting sauteed.
They're going into this movie. Yeah,
they might as well be in
this movie to lose.
They might as well be in Jason's deep fryer. They're done. Okay, they're done.
They are done. Yeah, I mean the movie's called Doomsday. Like I expect Doom to win in the same way that I thought Thanos was going to win in Infinity War. Battle World, as I've said, I think is going to be very interesting, just for several reasons. Because I think Doctor Strange is going to side with Doom. I think them Ladies of Fate are all people that we've seen before, i.e. Scarlet Witch, Agatha, and maybe somebody else. And the reason I say, Reggie, why I think Spider-Man is going to be part of the reason that they save the day is because I do not think that Doom is going to account for Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is not on World right now.
X-Men are all cooked. I think Magneto and Professor X are cooked off rip.
Yeah, them 20th century folks. Yeah, once I saw Charles looking up at that planet, I said, GG's chat.
Oh yeah, it's a wrap.
Okay, it's been cool.
It's a wrap for Charles now.
And for everybody else, man, if you came from Fox and you think you stand a chance,
shout out,
I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to tell you.
Whoa, brother. Whoa. Now, you got too much dip on your chip.
You're done.
Hey, man.
You're done.
Rap.
Hey, man.
I argue we already got that with Deadpool, right? Like how many we gotta kill you publicly movies, you know what I'm saying? At a certain point, it's a humiliation ritual, is it not?
But Reggie, like at this, but Reggie, we living in nostalgia hell, man. If people would stop begging for nostalgia, we could just get an original movie.
This is the last time for real. This Marsden, is the last time I'm cool with it.
Look, I'm just being honest. Me too. James Marsden's Cyclops, this is his redemption movie, okay?
Yes.
Like, you want to talk about somebody that got hoed in his career. Like, he was told he was going to be in the new Superman movie, left the X-Men to go do Superman Returns.
Yeah, that was a choice. That was a choice.
I understand that.
The worst Superman movie ever.
Ever. And then
I agree.
Gets omitted.
Is it the worst one?
It is.
Yeah. Yes.
Those last couple what's my OG name?
Snyder
or Christopher Reeves.
Those
Snyder?
last couple Christopher Reeves movies were pretty fucking unwatchable.
I mean, they're bad. Those are.
Yeah, but I watched them before I watched Returns.
That's what I'm saying.
I watched the Snyder.
Returns is bad. Superman Returns is bad, but those last couple,
nah.
I can't watch Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse. Snyderverse no more.
I can't watch the Snyderverse no more.
I defy somebody.
I gotta turn my brightness up too much to be able to watch the film.
I defy somebody to tell me that Superman: The Quest for Peace is their favorite.
I mean, yeah. At least listen. I got a really great Batman that just so happens to kill. That just so happens to kill people, which I still don't agree with. But at the same time,
I don't agree with that.
One scene.
I mean, hey, that dude got hit in that one scene by that taxi cab, but y'all said that Gene's a villain.
He's a murderer as well. Take the L. Look,
he's a murderer.
If y'all want me to justify.
He hit somebody with a crate and it was a blood splatter on the back of the wall. He's dead. I'm not arguing that at all. Like
he punched somebody hard. He punched somebody so hard that not only did his body go limp, his neck was looking like this in the pavement, and the baseboards were broken.
I'm gonna sum it up.
Was indented.
Because I know y'all been like, man, you been throwing Gene all this bail.
Bruh.
I'm gonna throw Bruce some bail right now. Them niggas
Bruh.
should have never said Martha name.
Bruh. If he had 100 waffle
Hey,
fruit,
stop
bruh.
saying Martha. Stop saying that name.
Mojo.
You saying
Hey,
that
Martha.
name?
Jace, bro, you gotta hear me on this, bro. If that dude had 100 waffle fruit, bro, that shit got knocked out of him, bro.
Got knocked. Listen, if you
Oh my
listen, hey, Yu-Gi-Oh life points 0, dog.
Hey, with life point dead, bro.
Like, talk about attacking your life points directly, dog. I was like, man,
That
Bruce,
is
chill. Like, did you get the superhero syndrome, like serum? Like, what happened?
That shit's funny.
Like
All right,
Snyder
man,
said,
let's
yeah, I want you to kill people.
just- oh my god! First of all, he gotta see me. Him and M Night Shyamalan gotta see me. Talk about some. Well, he's not killing people, but if he happens to destroy a thing and you're on it, then
No.
go to hell.
Why are you
Go
mad
to
at
hell.
him?
Go to hell. How about
Why
that?
you-
Avatar.
Oh,
Avatar.
Yeah, I was gonna say- no, yeah, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree. Fully agree.
Biggest waste of movie. Anyways,
Ong the Last Airbender.
Eero, Soka.
That new joint was dope, though. I gotta be honest. I just checked.
It's pretty
it out.
good. It's pretty good.
I
You
enjoyed
talk
it.
about ignoring the playbook. Jesus Christ. But without that, we wouldn't have got Legend of Korra. So
Look.
There's that.
Legend of Korra. Korra is the worst Avatar, and they confirmed it now. Okay.
no, she is not. She will be redeemed. She
I'll
will
wait,
be
man.
redeemed.
Her and Jean can get redeemed together. Okay.
No,
Hey,
first of
yo.
all, you're telling me that those people think that Korra is the worst Avatar when those people also think that Avatar Kirk was lazy.
Did he lose? Did she lose the? Let me ask. Did she lose that? I think she lost the Avatar state
She
twice.
didn't lose. She didn't lose. Like she just fumbled it. She put it down somewhere and
Okay.
misplaced the other avatars.
Okay.
Then she got
It was
beat
her.
out of her. Then she got beat out of her.
Can I don't mean to do this, but you know, hey, Aang only had to fight one real supervillain that whole entire series.
Just for one.
Korra had to fight a literal demon.
Yes.
3 of them.
It's really five.
No, 5 of them. 5 of them. A blood bending master,
Yes.
a water bending master who was also a spirit bending master
Her uncle.
as well.
Her
An
uncle.
uncle who basically lied to her, seduced her, and basically did a physical representation of sexually assaulting her by taking the avatar spirit out of her. She battled a nigga who's never had airbending powers before and became an airbending prodigy over harmonic
And his
convergence.
homies. And his homies.
And his
the
homies.
cult.
Oh,
And the
did I mention that the city that Aang made is literally the reason why Kuvira becomes a fucking tyrant and creates a fucking mech?
Korra
I
bit
want
a
to see
Gundam.
Aang fight. Hey,
She
honestly,
bit a Buster rifle shot.
hey, if you want me to be honest with you, after watching Aang get cooked by another airbender in that movie, Korra upscale, actually.
No.
Korra
I won't say
upscale.
that. I won't say that.
Korra
He's
bit
the
a
OG
Buster
airbender.
rifle. She
What?
bit a Buster rifle. What are we talking about? Hiro Yui, kiss my ass.
I want y'all to have the
In the
same
show,
energy when we watch the new one.
Locked on to the target.
The 2 little girls are
I
sitting
think
there talking
not.
about the avatar that went evil, and then y'all will see they're not gonna redeem.
Not the fact of the matter is, people don't understand what really happened. I promise you,
Korra
I
was
will
a bully.
put
Korra was a
anything on the line. I will put this show on the line if Korra
Actually-
is not vindicated.
JB, if you want to, because this is another episode itself about Avatar, I will come back because I want to talk
Please.
about the crime that Nickelodeon committed against the Avatar creators when they did Legend of Korra. What people do not know about Legend of Korra and why it was fumbled by Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon signed Avatar: The Last Airbender to 2 seasons originally when they signed it, right?
Yep.
And then they got 2 more seasons. That's how they're able to get the full series. When they get to Legend of Korra, they only signed for 1
For the
season
one.
because they did not think that because Nickelodeon didn't think that people would watch it. And then it became extremely popular. Then they said, okay, we'll sign you on for another season. So if anybody who's watching still, or Reggie, if you've ever wondered why does season 1 of Legend of Korra feel like a last season, like it's supposed to be the final season, it's because they didn't know they were gonna get another season. Like all of the seasons feel disjointed because they wrote them as if it was going to be the last season. Like the harmonic convergence stuff, when she loses the avatar spirit or whatever and the cycle starts over, that also was supposed to be the last season. And then they said, you know what? Come back over for two more seasons, but we're only gonna put it online so nobody can watch it or even know that the show's even on because we really want to cancel it, but we already gave y'all the money, so finish the show.
And also, I'm going to address this comment real quick. Korra had ops galore compared to Aang as well. Aang had 2 ops. He had Ozai and
Sparky Boom Man.
And responsibility.
And responsibility.
Zuko.
Some firebenders, dog. The worst he had to deal with was firebenders.
She literally fought the spirit equivalent of Satan.
Look,
Satan. All right, yo.
And the only reason I'm gonna say, look, hey, listen, Reggie. The only reason that the Fire Nation could not catch that little bald bastard is because it had been 100 years since a motherfucker seen an airbender, and they didn't even know how to fight one. They literally didn't know how to fight one.
And he was in the deep freezer for 100 years.
That's fair. And Korra was just easier to take advantage of. That's all I'm saying.
Like granted, like my biggest, like I said, I don't want to get too much into Korra, but like I feel like White Lotus kind of coddled her, kind of protected her.
They did.
She probably should have been hanging out with Tenzin a lot earlier, probably learning airbending around the same time she was learning the other bending styles, but they didn't want to do that. I could get into a lot. Republic City, like it's literally a settler. It's a settler colonial state. I don't mean to open my third eye, but
I mean, you're right. You're certainly right. But the fact of the matter is, she got thrown into the fire, bruh. She was thrown into the mix.
She said, "Get in the field." She said, "Get out the field, nigga."
Besides Amon and the Equalists were already a thing. The Red Lotus were out there lurking and waiting, and Kuvir was already a victim of all this, waiting to be a victim of all of this.
Okay.
So these are all
victim
that she had to deal with, and her
not
uncle
a victim,
was already,
JB.
And her uncle was already communing with Spirit Satan.
Guys, you're not going to change my mind. She's my least favorite avatar. She always will be my least favorite avatar.
Roku is right there.
Roku is right there.
How is Roku? What did Roku do? He tried to keep
exist.
He didn't want to kill his friend. He warned his friend. He tried to avert the war.
Bruh. Listen. No. Damn
you
that, bruh. Reggie, you're my homie. Reggie, you're my homie. I've known you almost 20 years. It'll be 20 years in August that I've known you. If I'm the Avatar and you're a global threat, and it's my responsibility to save the world, bruh, I gotta put you in the pack for the world, bro.
All I'm saying, then we weren't really friends, JB.
I had to. First of all, why would you go against me like that?
I want a friend.
Why would you go against me like that?
Why would you try to?
Why would you put me in that position?
JB, this is why I'm saying, like, Avatar Roku is right there. This is why I'm always going.
I'm sorry. So hold on. You guys want me to be mad at friendship? Okay, fine. I'll be mad at friendship.
Yeah, because no. Let's talk about it. Because he approached him and he said, "Hey, I have an idea." Nah, bruh, I can't allow that. Not only because it's my duty, because it's morally fucking wrong. And you go ahead and do it anyway. After I done told you.
I'm not saying he was a good. All I'm saying is Roku was a good.
I done told you, Reggie.
Yes, and he still did it. And then what did Roku do?
He went ahead. Listen, he did nothing.
He did nothing. And then what did his best friend do, Reggie? He smoked him.
His ass out when he had the chance.
He slimed his ass out.
He did smoke.
He smoked him. I'm just saying.
Literally smoked him.
Like, everybody should really just be like Avatar Kyoshi and just get the job done. Because listen, I tell you this,
Best avatar.
Best avatar literally was so strong she didn't die until she wanted to.
A 6'7", 222-year physical god.
A literal small forward playing like as an avatar, giving niggas buckets and separating continents.
She pulling men and women. Pulling men and women at random.
I completely get it. But y'all aren't going to sit up here. Roku
She founded the Kyoshi Road Warriors and with reign long enough to be like, this was a mistake, brother.
Aang ran away. That's all I'm saying. If we give him a pass, we gotta give Roku a pass.
Nope, I can't give Roku a pass because Roku a grown ass man. You was a grown ass man when your man slided you. You wasn't a kid. You do what your man's was on, and you let him do it anyway.
Also, why is your dumbass living near a volcano anyway?
Look, that I didn't know. That I didn't understand.
And on top of that, listen.
You know that I'm not Avatar Roku's successor.
I mean, Reggie,
or friend, right? You do know I'm
Reggie.
not.
I would expect you maybe to hate Reggie. I would expect you maybe to hate Yang Chen. You know what I'm saying? Because she really committed several atrocities in the spirit realm.
She was so imbalanced. She was the reason why Kirk had such a hard time.
Look. I'm not getting that deep. All I'm just saying is Korra's not my favorite. I prefer Aang, and I'm interested to see what happens with Pavi, because I'm pretty sure that was Korra that they said was the cataclysm, or she was the reason why everything went wrong. And I just want to see Korra get blamed for it.
It's propaganda.
All right.
Propaganda.
Look, I think that
they're treating Korra like Anthony Fauci, and I will not stand for it.
That is true. I
will not stand for it.
You only save lives.
Let's close out. We go.
Right,
man. This
was fun.
This was fun. All right, man. I'm gonna speak for BK real quick, man. Follow my dog BK on Threads and IG at BK Spades. This is his first outing since the closing down of Society Pop Culture 101. I appreciate him for taking his time out to be here with us this evening. So, brother BK, you're welcome back anytime. You know that, my brother. So. Yeah, follow him there on those socials as you see right there on your screen. All right. My boy Jace, non-great value. Talk to the people real quick.
Thanks for inviting me, man. I really enjoyed it. It's Jason Place on IGN, Threads, GV Gojo on Twitter, if you know, you know. I don't got really done in the pub. I haven't potted in years, so JB, thanks for bringing me back. I love talking comic book movies and just movies in general and TV, as you can tell. And yeah, bring me back for a little Avatar talk.
For sure, man.
I'll play defense attorney.
I need some more of that fish that you made, bro.
Hey man, you live on you over there in Gwinnett. All you gotta do is just come on down to Fulton, man. Come on down to the SWATs. I'm here.
It's a worth it drive, like, bro. If you know, you know.
Ain't hard to find.
Nah. And all three of us in the city or in the state.
Where'd you bring your ass, bro?
Let's go.
All three of us in the state.
Yeah, man. Yeah, come on.
Reg,
I have to watch Spider-Man. I'm good. It's your boy. You can follow me. IG's down there somewhere. Or not. Don't follow me. My life goal is to get the X-Men back to the 90s. Big up to Bishop. He found love in Polaris, and he deserves it. I love this ship that they got. Just don't follow me. I'm good.
He about to crack Magneto, daughter.
Look. They setting up that love. That's a love I'm interested in. What's going on, guys? Y'all finally gave Bishop some play. He got the X-Men back to the 90s, man.
Hey, man. Storm. Give him the forecast.
Woo.
Boom. Coldest line in that whole season. All right, man. You already know who it is, man. It's my show. You already know you're here for a reason. If you're not subscribed to the channel, man, what you waiting for, man? Like, you've been vibing with us for a while. If you're watching this, man, the subscribe button. Hit that hype button. Put more of us into your algorithm. You know what I mean? So, you already know how this goes. For me, right there. It's over here. All right. Right here. JBVersusTheWorld. You spell it all out. You put it together. You say it one time like a Tribe Called Quest. And that is on Facebook, Instagram, on them blue skies. My central hub is JBVersusTheWorld.com. And if you want to argue with me, which I do not recommend, because either I'm going to win or I'm going to block you. I'm just kidding. But I'm probably not gonna block you. But JBVtheWorld on Twitter because Versus is just too long for it. Once again, from me, from Jace, from Reggie, who I'm proud of for not making a single Ray J reference this episode.
Yeah, you did.
And
Y'all
Chase.
do it. Y'all do it.
Listen, man. Either way, I'm proud of you.
Thank
I'm proud of you. Either way. As we say, I will see you all next week. Not sure what we're going to talk about yet, but we will be doing the state of the MCU in 2 weeks. I don't know what we're doing next week, but in 2 weeks, that's what we're doing for sure. So, as I say, as we close out, stay black if it applies. But if not, I love you anyway. Deuces, ooses. I will see you all on the flippity flop.